opening night at Hermiston High School, and we hope to find you well as we join you high atop the doghouse as the Hermiston Bulldogs get set for a doubleheader tonight, hosting the Eisenhower Cadets. Hermiston's teams are both 1-0. Eisenhower's teams have had success here at the start of the season, and the Cadet girls come in with a 2-0 record, trying to reverse what Hermiston did to them 1 year ago. Jago's team has always wanted to play fast. In his 4th year, the coach has got the Bulldogs playing maybe as fast as any team he's ever had on Friday night in the win at Sunnyside. Outside, still clouds, still fog, still a temperature around 32. The weather forecast brought to you by Intermountain West Insulation. Anthem time. Let's hear Sean McClanahan's pep band. That's Hermiston Pep Band with the national anthem here tonight at the Doghouse, getting ready for your starting lineups as Eisenhower comes in. And Ray Davis, in his 6th year in charge of this Tudo Cadets program. Both games have been close. Both games were come from behind fashion for the Cadets. In fact, they were down double digits in the second half in each of their first 2 games, but a stick-to-itiveness and a grit that Coach Harris is celebrating as something they've really worked on. And their willingness to be better when they're behind and to keep fighting when they're behind is a big piece of the reason that they have wins over Sela and East Valley coming in here tonight. Their starting lineup, and they will put a lot of emphasis on their leading scorer, the 5'7" senior guard, Nika Rail. Had 17 against East Valley, had 10 against Sela in the victory. 5'2" junior guard, Rihanna Espinosa. The 5'5" senior guard, Ariana Ramos. A 5'9" junior forward in Mercedes Garza. And a 5'8" senior wing in Natalia Frederick. 6th-year head coach Ray Harris is assisted by Brian Clayette, Adrian Johnson, and K.S. Yishiki. The trainers are Josh Holliday and Joel Buffum. The superintendent for Eisenhower is Dr. Trevor Green. Principal at Eisenhower High School is Eric Danner. The athletic director, Paul Stevens. 2,300, almost made them as big as Chihuahua. 2,300 students at Eisenhower as they come into Hermiston here tonight. For the Bulldogs, a change in the lineup. No J.C. Moreno tonight. The freshman guard ankle injury on Friday night in the first quarter of that win at Sunnyside, and Moreno is going to be held out tonight. Jago said, I don't know, she's taken like 15 ice baths for that ankle in 24 hours when I talked to him after the game on Friday, but she will be held out here tonight. They are hopeful that the freshman is going to be available by the time we get to Friday night, which, while we're opening home action here tonight, we're opening MCC action right here with Pasco on Friday night. So, with one freshman out, another freshman in, and we saw plenty of 5'10 freshman Sophie Rodriguez. She will be in the starting lineup, along with the 5'7 junior guard Alexa Moreno, the 5'7 senior guard Izzy Simmons, the 5'8 junior forward Aspen Inners, and the 5'10 junior wing Lucy Teagarden. 28 points in 29 minutes at Sunnyside in that 87-48 win for Teagarden. So, for head coach Jago, his fourth year, that win on Friday night moves him to 537 wins, 37 losses at his alma mater in these 3 seasons in a game. He's assisted by Amanda Rodriguez, Ricardo Rodriguez, who is the JV coach. His team won 65-24 earlier this evening. Soraya Montez and Hannah Thompson round out the coaching staff here at Hermiston High School. The principal is Tom Spoo. Superintendent Dr. Tricia Mooney. The athletic director is Larry Usher. He is assisted by Vicky Paola. And the trainers here at Hermiston in his 24th year, Dan Emery, and second year here at Hermiston, Debbie Green. The lights are down. The spotlight is on the Bulldogs as the starters are being introduced by John Lauk, the public address announcer here at Hermiston High School. And here up at the top of the gym, we can tell you every once in a while it feels like an earthquake as the wrestlers, about 60 strong in the wrestling room for the Bulldogs, coming off of a 4th place finish this weekend at the Edmonds tournament. Every time they've got to go do some running, it all shakes and rattles and rolls up here at the top of Hermiston High School. Well, the boys went and finished 4th at Edmonds, and Dr. Kyle Larson very happy with the performance, maybe even better than he expected. Al Davis and the girls, they went to Rainier, and they won their invitational on Saturday with 3 individual champions. Cadets visiting Hermiston, it is a all-black road uniform. Cadets across the front in blue with red numerals trimmed in white. Hermiston, the home uniforms as ever, all white uniforms, purple across the front with Hermiston and the numerals on the front and the back. Hermiston attacking left-right, win the tip to Rodriguez, left side, lay in on an assist from Aspen Inners. And the Bulldogs start quickly. And a full court pressure steal. Turnaround missed by Teagarden. Secured underneath by the Cadets. And Rail will move it into the front court. Their leading scorer, the senior guard, checked right now by Moreno. Throw down inside and in the paint, a touch and a basket. Flipping it high off of the glass and in is Mercedes Garza. Rodriguez open left corner. She'll drive past Garza under the basket, throw across the lane, tip stolen, and a turnover on Hermiston. It was an area that Hermiston was not happy with. 27 turnovers is a huge number. 27 turnovers, they put 87 points up on the board. Down the left lane, over the backboard by Frederick, and the rebound falls to Inners for Hermiston. It's a 2-2 game, a minute in, as down the middle lane, cutting to her right to the tin, a basket +1. A chance for a 3-point play the old-fashioned way for Izzy Simmons on the first foul of the game.
Foul committed by number 3,
Rihanna Espinosa called for the foul. Simmons at the line. She had 20 on a Friday, 2 of 3 from the foul line. Gets both the bucket +1 there, and Hermiston's lead is 5-2. Eisenhower, Ray will take it herself, too hard, high off of the glass. Loose ball in the paint and a tie-up as Simmons and Frederick tied up, both down, laid on the ground in the paint under the Eisenhower basket. In front of the Hermiston bench. And 6:39 on the clock. Ike down by 3. The inbound down into the left corner. And Espinosa will circle back towards the top. Work into the paint. Block away by Rodriguez. And it comes out. Last touch by... off of Eisenhower last, I thought. Sophie might have, after she blocked it, touched it as well. She had 2 blocks on Friday night. The freshman in her debut, 26 minutes. 6 points. Not the greatest shooting performance for her. Teagarden attacks, has their pocket picked, dive to the top of the key, and a loose ball tie-up. Teagarden had the ball knocked out by Rail, and then Teagarden dove on top, and actually kind of belly flopped on top of the ball. She seems to be fine. Moreno will inbound far sideline with Hermiston with the inbound. Moreno inbounding from the sideline. Inners, hands off to Simmons. Open three left wing. Front iron short. Poked around to the top of the key and a loose ball. Ramos picks it up. Bounces to Espinosa right side. Too hard on the layup. Rebound underneath. Frederick fouled on the putback. And Hermiston's first foul of the game will pause the clock. Not quite 2 minutes into this contest. And Aspen Inners is the one called for the harm. So to the foul line, Natalia Frederick, a senior, hits the first of her 2 shots. Hermiston on Friday watched an opponent go 0 for 10 from the foul line, as Sunnyside could not find one. Hermiston was not good either. 48.4% at 15 of 31 from the foul line. There's a 2 for 2, and the first 3 foul shots we've seen tonight all in. 5-4 Hermiston. Simmons will drive and kick right side. Teagarten 3 off iron short right. Poked, saved in by Simmons right to Teagarten's lap. Teagarten has it. Bounce back on the perimeter for Simmons. Comes to her left in the paint. Left corner. Rodriguez 3 ball. Back iron and in. Sophie Rodriguez has got 5. 8-4 lead for Hermiston. Other end quickly down the floor. Frederick with the finish. A foul up top. And it is the second on Eisenhower.
First foul, number 1, Nika Rail.
Rail gets called for the foul. 5:25 of the clock in quarter number 1. And Simmons will have the ball at the top of the key. Yo-yoing with the right hand in between the rings. Lobs it. Right of extended. Gets a handoff back from Teagarten. Simmons will try a triple short. Rebound put back in the paint. Put in by Inners. Aspen Inners first points of the game. She had 12 at Sunnyside. And a poke pass. Moreno has the steal. Moreno and Inners 2-on-1. A keep by Moreno. Missed the layup. Poked up into the air. Frederick has it up towards half court. Poked by Espinosa out of bounds into the Hermiston student section, where the varsity boys are standing and watching. So Hermiston possession, 10-6 is their lead. 4:47 left in quarter number 1. Right side for Teagarten. She will attack the lefty. Back over to the right block. A finish by Inners +1. Frederick fouled her, and a chance for a 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
Foul committed by number 21, Mercedes Garza.
Oh, Garza called for it. And 3 team fouls.
Giselle Ceballos into action, number 12 for
Aspen did go to the foul line once on Friday night in the season opener and split those foul shots, makes it. And Hermiston's lead is 13-6. A turnover on the inbound. Simmons had the steal, missed the shot, gets it back out on the perimeter with her offensive rebound. To Moreno, short on a triple. Loose ball, Rail chases it down. 13-6 Hermiston. Rail will spin, throw it to the near sideline at half court. Ramos chases it down. Underneath, wide open, look for Frederick, reverses around to the right side and finishes. Timeout for J-Ego. 30-second timeout, 4:15 left in quarter number 1, and Hermiston is in front. But still some frustration here for the Hermiston headman, as the full court defense has forced a couple of turnovers, but not to the regularity that they would be looking for. So with that change, Rodriguez for JC Moreno, and then Alexa Moreno, Izzy Simmons, Lucy Teagarten, Aspen Inners. Still those 5. The starting lineup brought to you by Rogers Toyota. Visit Rogers Toyota of Hermiston.com to check out their new and pre-owned vehicle specials. Find your dream car and get any specialized service you need, all at Rogers Toyota in Hermiston. Right wing, Teagarten has it, will drive and bounce underneath. It's poked away off of Inners' hand last. Loose ball at half court and a tie-up.
And the jump ball position arrow favors The cadets of Eisenhower. And a substitution.
And here's Hermiston's first change.
For the Bulldogs, number 30.
As Micah Cherry will come on, replacing Inners, the 5'9" junior guard. 3:57 left, quarter one, and Eisenhower wants to make changes as well. Malia Contreras, a 5'5" senior, on for the first time, along with the 5'7" freshman Nicole Salamanca. She, like Rail, each had 10 in that comeback win against Sela last Friday night. They won that one 47-46. They were down by 16 at one point. Top of the key, throw it down inside, and a turnaround to work. Giselle Ceballos, too hard. Rebound by Cherry up to Teagarden, across to the left side. Moreno's lefty scoop shot falls. And Alexa Moreno has her first bucket of the game to extend the lead to 15-8. 3.5 minutes left first quarter. Left baseline, long two, missed by Salamanca. Air ball into the hands of Teagarden. Simmons up to Moreno. Moreno right side, poked out of her hand. She stepped on the end line as she was trying to save it back in after the block. So Eisenhower with the ball. Hermiston's got the ball on the turnover forced by Simmons. 15-8 with just over 3 minutes left in quarter number one. Teagarden at the foul line, bump back to the left elbow, jumper short, and the rebound falls right into Salamanca's hands. Real up court, right side, running the floor, and the freshman puts it in. Salamanca cuts the Hermiston lead down to 5. 2:44 left in the first quarter. Simmons holding, picks up her dribble, top of the key, offset left, throws it out to the left side for Rodriguez. Circling around a Simmons pick against Rail right now. Backdoor pass, Moreno throws it into the paint, intended for Cherry, took it away. And a jump and another tie-up underneath. And Hermiston will make a change. Emily Ledesma will come in for Lucy Teagarden, the 5'1" senior.
Replacing Teagarden.
Simmons, the inbounder, kicks it, left corner, three ball, hangs on the rim, members bounce for Sofia Rodriguez. She's got 8. 8-point Hermiston lead, 2:18 left in the first quarter. Kick out to the left side through the hands of Salamanca, out of bounds. Caromed into the Hermiston bench. Bulldogs have the ball. And Ramos will come back in. Espinosa gets her first break. Alexa Moreno inbound in front of her bench. Give it to Simmons. Eisenhower is man-to-man in the half court. Right side, Simmons, three ball under a back screen. Front iron twice and then rebounded underneath by Cherry. Back out to Ledesma. Ledesma throws it in. She's fallen out of bounds far sideline. Turnover Hermiston. Up across the timeline, ball poked away. Lob it over to the right side. One bounce three-pointer hoisted by Contreras. Backside rebound. Real will move out to the perimeter. Skip pass over to the right side. Contreras threw her hands out of bounds. Turnover issues for Eisenhower continue. And they trail by 8. Minute 40 left in quarter number one. Left side jumper rattles around and out. Falls to Salamanca. The freshman flips it near side to Rail. The senior guard across the timeline. Picks up her dribble, throws it away. Simmons with the pick. And is hit in the backcourt. Salamanca trying to reach around her right shoulder and poke it out from behind after Simmons got past her. Salamanca called for her first and the 4th team foul. Rodriguez will get a break and Teagarden returns. So Teagarden in the right corner, Ledesma in the left corner. Cherry inside, Simmons hands off to Teagarden, and now Moreno. Coming right, Simmons, right wing, three ball, off iron right, and the long rebound bounces into the hands of an Eisenhower cadet. Near sideline, bring it. Contreras will flip it. Middle of the floor for Rail. Rail's pocket picked by Moreno. The Moreno knocks it out of bounds, far sideline. Ends up 2 rows up on the far side. Of these new bleachers here at Hermiston, we saw them throughout the fall season. Saw them last week with a couple of home wrestling duels. It is truly the first basketball for Hermiston varsity in this gym with this new setup as far as the bleachers go. Left side, missed layup by Garza. Rebounded by Simmons. Flips middle of the floor, Moreno. Touch pass to Cherry. Cherry on the right side. Hit and will go to the line. 2 foul shots coming. So what's different? Well, it doesn't go quite as high. It's not quite as sloped. It's way further off of the court on both sides of the court. And to the pleasure of many people who didn't love walking up those stairs in the past, there are handrails. Rodriguez will come in, and now Moreno gets her first break. And Cherry has one more foul shot coming after Mega the first. 44 seconds left in the first quarter, and a 2-for-2 trip for Cherry. 20-10 is the Hermiston advantage. Cherry comes out, and Inners will come back in for this last 44 seconds of quarter number 1. Rail has it against full court pressure. Teagard misses a steal. Ramos lobs it into the front court. Bounce pass, middle of the floor. Garza attacking and fouled. Lucy Teagarden will pick up her first. And send to the Eisenhower Jr., Mercedes Garza, to the line. Couple of foul shots coming for Garza with the team down by 10. And the first one rattles out. That was just the second foul on Hermiston here in quarter number 1. Clock pause, 32 seconds, 0.4 left in this first period. An air ball on the second. So Hermiston has an inbound coming. Simmons walks it into the front court, picks up speed out to the right side. Handoff. Rodriguez now dribbled off her foot. Simmons keeps it in front of the Eisenhower bench. Simmons at the foul line, working left. She'll muscle all the way down, kick onto the perimeter. Teagarden there, a head fake, and kicks it back out. Left side Simmons circles to the left elbow. Her jumper off left into the hands of Rail. For Eisenhower across the timeline to Salamanca, the freshman on the left wing. High dribble back to Rail, 3 seconds left. Rail across to the right. Garza gets it. Hoists a buzzer beater 3 off iron. And that brings us to the end of quarter 1. 20-10 is the score line in favor of Hermiston after 1 quarter. Here at Hermiston High School, you're listening to it on AM 1360 KOHU. No, you're good. Huh? .2010 Hermiston after 1 quarter here at Hermiston High School. The Eisenhower Cadets will possess, attacking right to left, with Ariana Ramos moving it into the front court, bouncing to Rihanna Espinosa. Espinosa lobs it and out onto the right wing for Garza. Garza back up top to Ramos and an offensive foul. Out on the far side, Natalia Frederick trying to set a brush screen, moved into it. And that is her first. Oh, excuse me, second on Garza. First in the second quarter on this Eisenhower team. Simmons will work it into the front court with Hermiston looking to add on to their 10-point lead. Between the rings for Moreno, coming right, lob it inside, backdoor for Teagarten, poked away. Lucy kept it, moved back out into the paint and laid it in. Turn around with the left hand, and Lucy Teagarten's got her first points of the night. Hermiston's lead 22-10. Up court to Frederick, turnaround left block, rebounded by Inners off of the iron. Inners hoists it up to Teagarten running right side with the right hand, lays it in. Not her favorite hand. She is naturally a lefty, but has the ability to finish there in traffic and does so to extend Hermiston's lead to 14. We're about a minute into quarter number 2. Ramos lobs it high and towards the Hermiston band, kept in play by Garza. Garza tries baseline. A reverse around to the left side, glass and good. Check that. 22, not 21, so Frederick, she has 8. Hermiston's lead is 12. Simmons, the other end, will take it all the way. Missed. Inners rebound. Inners taken to the floor and tied up. So 24-12 with 6:40 left in quarter number 2. And Izzy Simmons will inbound with a basket to her left. Couple on the left block. Lob it in to Inners, spinning into the paint. Runner moves out and pulled up by Garza. Ball lost. And on a foul, Hermiston, that's their first here in quarter number 2. Aspen Inners will pick up her second and will come out. Micah Cherry comes back in. Cherry was the one who Friday night dealt with foul trouble, limited to 10 minutes at Sunnyside. In a very physical game, more physical than this has been so far. Espinoza to the right side. Runner off the back iron and is poked out of bounds. Last touch by Eisenhower. Hermiston will have the possession. Eisenhower change, and it was a brief break for Nika Rail. 24-12 Hermiston. Moreno, the inbounder, far sideline. The junior guard flips it to Cherry. Cherry coming down the near sideline into the front court. Picks up her dribble, flings it left side. Kept in by Moreno, left corner. Rodriguez, 3 ball, rattles around and down. 11 for Sophie Rodriguez. 3 triples and a far side and a poke out of bounds. Cherry getting in there and deflecting that ball intended for Frederick. Timeout for Ray Harris and the Eisenhower Cadets. 6:06 left in the second quarter. Down 27-12. It is a 30-second pause for Eisenhower. You have to imagine there were plenty of first-time jitters for somebody who's been playing the sport since she was yay high for Sophie Rodriguez on Friday night. Again, as I detailed and I joked with her mom Amanda, who's on the coaching staff, the former girls coach Juan Rodriguez, now a principal in this district, who is her dad. I was in the middle of talking about how great she was as a little kid in those Elks hoop shoots, and then she rattled 2 free throws out, and she ended up finishing from the foul line 2 of 9. She ended up finishing 2 of 10 from the field on the very first game of her career. Well, she's opened up game 2 of her career with 11. Game high right now, and 3 left corner 3-pointers. Espinoza will attack. Cut off well by Cherry. Back out towards half court. Rail chases it down. 8 on the shot clock. 5:45 left in the second quarter. Left wing for Ramos. Ramos steps in. Scoop lefty shot into travel. Turns it back over to Hermiston. I'm not going to say that Ray Harris wants Hermiston to be up by 15, but they have come back from 15 and 16 in their first 2 games to get to 2-0. I think there is an acknowledgement as that ball is poked out of bounds into the Eisenhower bench. Hermiston keeps it. That Hermiston has quite a bit of firepower comparatively to East Valley and Sela. Simmons will drive paint, put a runner up over her head, poked out of bounds. Izzy poked it out last, out of the hands of Ariana Ramos. Bulldog Basketball brought to you in part by the Hermiston School District. This month, HSD is partnering with parentguidance.org to offer free mental health resources and expert webinars. A foul on the other end on Hermiston, and a couple of foul shots coming for Nika Rail. Those webinars are offered to everybody in the community, virtual sessions designed to support your family's health and well-being. Learn how to navigate different challenges by visiting parentguidance.org to learn more and register. Rail, her first point of the night, the leading scorer through the first 2 games for Eisenhower. And it's a 2-for-2 trip. Cherry was the one called for that foul, and now a ball knocked out of bounds. Deflected out by Ike. Hermiston has a baseline inbound coming. 5:07 left in quarter 2. Simmons will inbound on the baseline to Cherry, who hands it back off to Simmons, taken away immediately. Kind of a lackadaisical handoff, and Ramos tied it up, and it's a turnover because the alternating possession is Eisenhower's. Those are the kind of turnovers that Jago said we can't live with. As fast as they want to play, they'll take like 15, not 30. Basket underneath by Frederick. Oh, it's Garza again. The two of them, the black jerseys with the red numerals are not the most pleasant things to try to read. And both are about the exact same height. And they're both wearing, oh, I guess now I pick it up. Garza is wearing one teal and one red shoe, Christmas style. Bucket on the right side. Ooh, count it as well. Rail's going to get the continuation bucket going down the right side.
Foul on the play by number 20, Sophie Rodriguez. That's her.
And Sophie Rodriguez first.
Rail at the line to shoot one more.
4:28 left in quarter number 2. Rodriguez comes out. And Alexa Moreno, Emily Ledesma, and Izzy Simmons in the front court. Rail with one more. Falls off iron right and underneath the tie-up. That is Garza of the Christmas-themed red and green shoes. 27-18. Little 6-0 run for Eisenhower to pull themselves back within 9. Right corner, open 3. Simmons looking for a first of the night, front iron short. And in the backcourt, a foul called on Teagarden against Rail. Not really sure what Lucy did there. 14 foul on Hermiston. 4:12 left in quarter number 2. 27-18. Eisenhower trailing and possessing. Espinosa to the middle of the floor, Contreras. Contreras will bring it across. And moving back middle for Rail. Rail down inside. Garza turns and kicks out to the left wing. Contreras circling right. Contreras into the paint. Righty hook shot off the front iron. Offensive rebound. Espinosa back on the left wing. She'll drive into a 6-footer off the back iron too hard. Simmons has the board for Hermiston. Taken to the floor. Rolls it up court to Ledesma. She finds Moreno. Moreno to Teagarden. Right corner. Step back. 3-pointer. Front iron short. And pulled down by Contreras. Lobbed up, tip pass by Moreno. Simmons with the interception. Simmons and Moreno. Simmons will keep, stop, pop to the left elbow. Jumper for Cherry, rattles home. Cherry's got 4. Hermiston ends the Eisenhower run, and their lead is 29-18. 3:14 left in the first half. High arcing, long 2, glass and good. Chest pass type shot for Mercedes Garza. She's got 6. Missed by Cherry on the other end. Eisenhower with the rebound. Garza up to Rail at half court. Rail into the right corner. Contreras then hoists a 3. Back iron down. Contreras cuts the Hermiston lead to 6. Bulldogs defense is not nearly as tough as it was on Friday night. It's looking a little bit more reminiscent of last year when defense was the issue. Missed by Simmons. Cherry keeps it in, but it rolls to Garza. Flings it up court to Espinosa. Behind her back dribble. Coming right against Moreno. Down underneath to the freshman Salamanca, back out on the perimeter. Rail wide open, three not closed out. Cherry's got the miss and is stolen from her by Salamanca. Rail touch pass and a foul. Espinosa on the finish, going to the line for 2 foul shots. Hit from behind by Ledesma. It is just as simple as this Eisenhower team has got a burst of energy and this mentality Ray Harris talked to me about before the game, that unlike last year, they've got some more depth, but also they're not willing to give up. And even though they were down just a couple of minutes ago by 15, this is a 5-point game with Espinosa. One more foul shot coming. Can Hermiston find it back? Cherry, Rodriguez, Moreno, Ledesma, and Simmons. Missed foul shot, rebounded by Cherry. Simmons takes the pass, middle of the floor, and Simmons slows up, coming to her right. Driving against Salamanca, and a reach foul. Second foul on Ike, and Salamanca's third foul. Baseline inbound for Simmons. Baskets to her right. Lobs it to Cherry in the right corner. Directed up top to Ledesma. Ledesma driving and kicking behind her. Rodriguez, top of the key three, way off to the right. Off the bottom of the backboard. And Ike's got it. Rail up court to Espinosa. Espinosa against the freshman Rodriguez. She'll drive around her. Reverse and a foul. I guess maybe the body there. I don't think there was any arm contact, but Rodriguez is called for her second. That will put Eisenhower in the bonus for the last 1:47 here in the second quarter. 29-24. Espinosa just split 2 foul shots. .147 away from halftime, presented by Devon Oil's Circle K. It is nice to treat yourself after having to fill up the gas tank. Extra nice when it's just 99 cents. Stop by Devon Oil's Circle K to get your favorite fountain drink for just 99 cents, any size. 2 for 2 trip for Espinosa. Hermiston's lead is down to 3. Dangerous pass. Espinosa almost picked it. Moreno keeps it for Hermiston. Alexa Moreno across the timeline. Dribbling against Espinosa. Bursts his speed past her. Bounce to Rodriguez. Rodriguez to the right elbow. Backing her way down. Picked away by Espinosa. The steal. Espinosa keeps it for Ike. 90 seconds left of the first half. They're down by 3. Espinosa will drive. Kick left wing. Contreras there. Contreras to the foul line. Back onto the perimeter for Rail. Step through around Cherry to travel. Minute 18 left in quarter number 2. 29-26, and Hermiston has been outscored 16-9 in this quarter. Moreno running point. Hands off to Simmons. Simmons down the lane. Runner in front of the foul line. Bounces twice off the back iron. Loose ball. Chased down. Poked by Cherry to Simmons. Back on the perimeter. Down into the right corner. Rodriguez, another 3 ball there. Airballed long. Cherry's got the board. Into the left corner. Ledesma tries a 3. Back iron too hard. Simmons chases it down to their offensive board for Hermiston. 50 seconds left. Simmons works into the paint foul. And going to the line to shoot 2. Oh. On the ground with the body foul by Giselle Ceballos. Third team. Simmons worked really hard there to not get foul shots. Rodriguez down underneath. Simmons doing jumping jacks on the left block. Lifts it high over the top of Ceballos for the lay-in. And for Simmons, just her second field goal here in the first half. She's got 5. Hermiston's lead is 31-26. Rail to Espinosa. Espinosa the runner. High off the glass over the top of Moreno. Espinosa's got 5 herself. Final 18 seconds in the first half. Hermiston's lead is 3. Moreno working down the near sideline to the top of the key. Moreno still on it. Back to Simmons. Long 3, top of the key. Rims into the hands of Rail. 2 seconds left. Rail going to get a half-court heave up and a little bit too hard and off to the left. So Hermiston will lead as the teams head into the locker room, 31-28. Keilani, I owe you a break. We'll take a 1-minute break right here, and then we'll get into the halftime show. 1 minute and we're back with break 9 on AM 1360 KOHU. At Hermiston High School on opening night, halftime is presented by Devon Oil's Circle K. Hermiston 31, Eisenhower 28. We'll be back with a halftime show after this on your hometown radio station, AM 1360 KOHU. You want to throw it on and chat a little bit here after? Yeah. We got a 2-minute break here.
Forgot how good you are.
Thank you.
You're like professional level.
I hope so.
No, you're like.
Here, I'm gonna do this real quick.
High level.
So this is all. When Mike retires,
We would like to
that's the
recognize
job I
the
want.
parliamentary
Mike.
procedure team, Sandy McKay, and members of
He's a good friend of mine.
Kate Doherty, Delaney Weasley,
When he's ready. I don't think he's ready yet. But that's the job I want. More than work. I always wanted to go to Corral.
You know Parker?
Not really, no.
We're like very good friends. I get.
And I mean, I know it's going to be a pretty sought after gig. I'm fine with that. But like, that is, I like Corvallis.
In Indianapolis, they face teams from all 50 states and several U.S. territories.
You know, if they get somebody and they have the second guy, I forgot his name.
I can't remember who it is these days. It was John Warren for a while.
It's the other
Just
guy.
a local guy.
I'll text him right now. See how he's doing.
Demonstrating exceptional mastery of parliamentary procedure and the effective conduct of a business meeting. We are incredibly proud of their dedication and skill, which culminated in an impressive third-place finish in the nation. Great job by the FOA parliamentary procedure team.
He had me on.
And also for our halftime entertainment,
Yeah.
we have the Hermiston High School cheerleaders, and they'll be doing halftime. They'll be doing a state qualified game day routine as they just qualify for the state.
At Hermiston High School, 31-20. It's a halftime show presented by Devon Oil's Circle K here on your hometown radio station, AM 1360 KOHU. Down on the floor, Hermiston's cheerleaders performing their game day routine, which last weekend was good for second place at the event they were at. And the score they garnered was good enough to qualify them for the state championship. So they will be competing at state, both in game day and in their traditional routine after this past weekend. Mitch Thompson, Hermiston grad, and now a member of NBA development. Is that the best way to say it?
Yeah, it's
Hermiston grad.
Hermiston grad first. I've been really lucky to keep working, Eric, and keep getting basketball jobs, and spent last season in the G League with the Sacramento Kings. Worked this last FIBA window for the Mexican national team, and now doing some international stuff. So back for Christmas, and excited to be here.
Or would you prefer Mitch Thompson, former Oregon State champion coach?
Yeah, that as well.
That was a good moment.
Right. Even Oregon State Beaver.
Oregon State Beaver, yeah.
But,
How did this journey all come together?
You know, my it starts here in Hermiston. You know, my senior year, I had a knee injury and wasn't able to play high school basketball my senior year. And Larry Usher sent me down to Sandstone Middle School to coach 8th graders. So my senior year, I was coaching 8th grade, and just got lucky along the way. Met some people, and went on to be a student manager at Oregon State, then a graduate assistant, and then worked for the Milwaukee Bucks doing player development. And then, it's been about 13 years of basketball jobs. And again, it's the worst day in the gym is better than the best day somewhere else. So.
When did you know that you wanted a career in basketball?
Yeah, probably in high school. You know, I've always enjoyed that side of the game. I've admired coaches. You know, I was a big fan of you know, all those Blazer teams and probably high school. I thought, you know, I wanted to stick in basketball. Realized that probably playing wasn't the best option for me, and so just stuck around, you know, and made a career out of it.
What does a player development person do, whether it is with the Bucks or whether it is in the G League? So what's your role?
Yeah, the G League specifically really is we're working with younger NBA guys and really trying to tailor their game to fit into a role in the NBA, you know. And I've probably worked with, you know, 25 to 30 NBA players in my career, guys who have been in the G League and moved back up. You know, it's a lot of repetition. It's a lot of specific training in terms of skill work. You know, the NBA, they have their guys, you know, and so to break into an NBA roster, you have to be a specialist, either able to knock down a corner three or be a 3-and-D guy or be a rim roller. And so we take guys that are really close and help them get a job. So.
As you come back into a high school gym, what are the types of things that now the coach's eye sees as you start to survey a game like this first half?
Yeah, you know, I watch habits. You know, I really watch how you can tell, you know, how detail-oriented a program is with habits. You know, are they running back in transition every possession? You know, just the little things. And over a season, those habits either will help you win a lot of games or lose, right? Are you communicating defensively? Are you back in transition? Are you making the extra pass? Those are all winning habits. And as a coach coming back to high school programs, you know, you can see right away that Jay Ego's teams, you know, he does a great job of developing habits and winning habits. And so this first half, I think Hermiston girls have been well coached, and even the young ones, you know, Rodriguez and the Moreno girls, they're doing a really good job of teaching them winning habits, and those are over the long run help you win basketball games.
Because you did spend that time with Sacramento, and it's these guys who are just on the precipice of being on an NBA team, where did that habit development start? Because I did see you on Sunday in here, and there was a 5th grade AAU game that had Hermiston. So, like, where does this age group have to start for the dreams to be realized?
Yeah, I think, you know, if we're talking about NBA guys, there's a lot of variables that come into play, and some of them are just God-given ability, right? But
sure.
But the guys that there's a lot of guys in the NBA G League that are very, very close, that could be making a lot of money, and maybe they just don't have those winning habits that we're talking about. I do think that starting off, you know, 5th, 6th grade, playing a style of basketball that gets everyone involved. Everyone has to play. You're playing positionless, and you're developing skills that can translate to the next level. You know, opposite of the G League, we don't want specialists in the 5th grade. We don't want specialists in the 8th grade. You know, we want well-rounded players And we need coaches in the community that understand that and really help build those foundations.
You guys stick around here? We
sticking-
talk a little bilingual basketball as well.
I'm sticking around.
It's halftime here. Let's get some first half stats in with the Bulldogs up 31-28 against the Eisenhower Cadets. Sophie Rodriguez, 3 triples, 11 points to lead the way, 5 each for Aspen Inners and Izzy Simmons. Lucy Teagarten with 4, and then 4 points for Micah Cherry, Alexa Moreno with 2. The Bulldogs have had a lot of good looks and have not been able, with the exception of Sophie, to knock down some 3-point shots here. Izzy's had some very good looks, and I think Eisenhower's got to feel pretty lucky that somebody who has averaged for her career a little more than 19 points a game didn't hit a couple of those. There is that possibility Hermiston could really put something together if they hit some shots. Eisenhower, though, they did claw their way back from 15 down to now down 3. Natalia Frederick with 8, 6 for Mercedes Garza, 5 for Rihanna Espinosa, 4 for Nika Rail, and 3 for Malia Contreras. She hit the only 3-pointer. Eisenhower 7 of 11 from the foul line. Hermiston 4 of 4, just not getting to the foul line like the 31 attempts that they had on Friday night. 31-28, Bulldogs defending in a man-to-man to start off this second half as Eisenhower attacks left to right with Rihanna Espinosa. On the right wing, Espinosa will come around a high pick from Garza. Espinosa stolen the ball, bounces back on the perimeter for Natalia Frederick. Frederick circling back up top. Loses the handle at the left elbow, guarded by Teagarten. Back out to Ramos. Ariana Ramos with it. Nika Rail playing off the ball. Their leading scorer is not going to touch yet. A traveling violation for Ramos. Give it back to Hermiston. The turnovers were up there as well for Eisenhower. I am still missing Sonny Levy, who keeps me straight with all the different numbers and also provides me a lot of other balance here on these broadcasts. But he is enjoying not 32 degrees and perpetually cloudy and foggy down in San Diego visiting his son. We hope to have him back next week if we can entice him back here. Moreno missed 3 at the top of the key. Rebound by Rail quickly up court to Ramos. Ramos across to the right lane. Layup off front iron for Frederick. Inners has it. Aspen Inners, Izzy Simmons, Alexa Moreno running a 3-on-1 to the right side. Simmons lays it in, and Izzy has 7. Hermiston the first points of the game.
Yeah, great job at Hermiston turning defense to offense there.
Their lead now 33-28 into Garza, turns and takes it down the middle of the lane, glass and good over the top of Rodriguez. 6:40 on the clock. Hermiston's lead is back down to 3. Simmons to Moreno, near sideline, kick into the left corner. Rodriguez, all 3 of her 3-pointers were down left corner on the other end of the floor. Hermiston attacking off to our left now in front of their bench. Into Inners, back out on top to Simmons. Head fake and a drive. Baseline for Rodriguez. Out to another 3. Short. Simmons has an offensive board. Simmons kicks it out to the right corner. Teagarten's first offensive touch in the second half. Down inside to Inners. Stuck under the hoop. Inners back out. Simmons, 3 ball. A little bit too hard. Rattles into the hands of Garza. Mercedes Garza saved in far sideline by Espinosa. And Ike's pass tipped inside and stolen by Sophie Rodriguez. She'll find Simmons for Hermiston. 2 minutes gone in the third quarter. 3-point lead. Teagarten on the right side. She'll drive into the paint. Poked out of her hands. Frederick stripped it out. And then a trip at half court. And Sophie Rodriguez has picked up foul number 3 to pause things with 5:40. Oh, Alexa Moreno got called for the foul.
Yeah, those are tough, Eric. You know, in transition, you want to do your best at getting back and building up, building walls and not making contact 75 feet from the rim.
That was probably better for Hermiston than it was Moreno. Travel inside by Garza. And Garza will come out, replaced by Giselle Ceballos, the 5'10 senior center coming in. Hermiston by 3, 5:35 left in the third quarter. Inners, stuck in the right elbow, tied up by Ramos. Good defensive play there by Ramos. Eisenhower's having the better of the defensive game right now.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job of moving their feet, being physical without fouling. And that's the second or third type I've seen, in the last few minutes here.
About 2.5 minutes into the third quarter. Hermiston's lead is 33-30. Izzy Simmons will inbound on the baseline. Lob it into the paint for Inners. Catch and shoot, found from behind. Ramos got her on the back of the arm. to commit her first foul and will send Inners to the line for 2 foul shots. Got a chance to talk to Aspen yesterday. You heard this in the pregame show presented by Pierre Ford. And I have known Aspen since she was just a little one. And so it was hard to keep a straight face for both of us as we did that interview. But she did talk about, look, that last game was very, very fast. And there were a couple of times where she fell behind and really had to catch back up. And she said, look, sometimes the guards have to yell at me and get me back on track, but she played in a very physical game on the outside as well. Rail is going to attack over Inners. Her layup rolls out into the hands of Teagarden for Hermiston. 5-point Bulldog lead. Inners did make both those foul shots to make it 35-30 and a foul in the backcourt. Eisenhower pauses the clock with 5:11 left in the third quarter. Their second foul and Nika Rail's second foul. 5:10 left here in quarter number 3. Simmons to Inners into the left corner for Rodriguez. Rodriguez drives baseline. Little runner on the baseline with the right hand, floats in.
Great execution against the press.
Rodriguez extends the lead out to 7 for Hermiston. She's got 13 to lead all scorers. Right side, three-pointer, way too hard for Frederick on the backside. Inners has it, double-teamed immediately. Rail rips it out of her hands and gets an Eisenhower possession. Left wing, three-pointer, short, offensive rebound for Ramos. Couple of kids were down the other end of the floor. Teagarden's late getting back. Short shot for Rail. Rebounded by Simmons for Hermiston. 4.5 minutes left, third quarter. 37-30, right corner for Teagarden. Teagarden bounces it back out. Eisenhower man-to-man right now. Simmons spins around, stuck and back out on top. Moreno whips it. Rodriguez splits defenders down the lane. Right hand floats it in. 15 points for Sophie Rodriguez. And Hermiston has opened the second half on an 8-0 run.
Ball reversals, attacking closeouts. Great job by Rodriguez.
And a foul. A shove there. Inners got beat by Frederick. And then Aspen commits her third. It's number 2 on Hermiston here in the third quarter. And for the Cadets, Malia Contreras will come in to give Frederick a break. Baseline inbound, poked by Teagarden, out of bounds now on the sideline in front of the Eisenhower bench. And Ray Harris way down at the end of the bench on the other side of the water coolers here at Hermiston High School. With his assistants with the reserve players. Runner by Rail off the front iron too hard. Inners ties it up inside. Another jump ball, and the possession arrow is Eisenhower's. They trail by 9, 3:51 left in quarter number 3. Baseline inbound, baskets to the right. And Ceballos lobs it up top of the key. Catch and drive. Back into that right corner. Ceballos going to work. Comes to the left side. Floats it up two-handed off the back iron into the hands of Inners. Kicks it near side for Hermiston. Rodriguez touch pass up to Moreno. Moreno lefty scoop off. Rebound put back. Teagarden cleans it up. Lucy Teagarden extends it to 41-30. Teagarden drives back in, steals the ball, then ends up in the hall as Rail has the ball saved back in. Now Ike with numbers. Espinoza drives paint, flips it up, glass and good. A good play for Teagarden to swipe it, but then as she saved it in and ran out into the hall, it ended up giving Eisenhower numbers. Short shot for Rodriguez. Rail has it for Eisenhower. They trail 41-32. 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Kick to Rail, left wing. Rail's runner, too hard off the glass. Ceballos crashing, has the offensive board tied up by Inners. We've had so many tie-ups, they almost begrudgingly whistled that jump ball.
Eric, the Eisenhower coach is wearing a hoodie. We have fully gone away from shirt and tie and pullover.
Well, you were always
and we are
resplendent
wearing
at
hoodies
Eregan
today.
It's that road trip mentality. Simmons, ball poked down from behind. She's slow to get up. Espinoza coming a 3-on-2. Espinoza bouncing across left side in the finish. Garza has 10. 41-34. Hermiston had created a little double-digit lead again. Inners kicks it right corner. Teagarden 3-ball, back iron.
Hey, that's good basketball though. You'll take paint touches and sprays to 3. Coach Eagle has to be pleased with that.
Ike's got it. Up into the right corner for Espinoza. Throw it to Rail, cutting down the lane, short of the shot. Inners might have got a hand on it. Inners has the rebound for Hermiston. Inners picks up her dribble, stuck, bounces it to Simmons. 2:02 left in the third quarter, 41-34. They have had a lot of looks, just cannot get three-pointers to fall. Moreno drives past everybody. The rebound falls out. These two teams look exhausted with 1:50 left in the third quarter, and Teagarden races back and pokes it out of bounds.
The pace sure has picked up, and you're getting great looks, just missing a lot of easy shots right now.
Micah Cherry will come in for the first time here in the second half. 1:47 left. This is Ego's first change in the third quarter. Cherry comes on with Hermiston up 41-34. Bounce pass, Contreras in the left wing. And she'll start to bring it out top to the foul line for Garza's. Made the last couple of baskets. Inside, Frederick turns around and lays it in. Her first basket of the second half. And she and Garza each in double digits. Game of runs right now. 6 in a row for Ike. Turnaround elbow shot short for Simmons. Underneath, rebounded by the freshman Salamanca. Lobbed up court to Espinoza, and Simmons comes back and picks it off. Simmons then tied up inside. And Izzy, some frustration. He's just not able to get any contact calls right now when she's getting on the ball.
Yeah, the physicality that Ike's playing is really dictating a lot of movement.
Simmons will come out. Ledesma will replace her. Frederick turnaround in the lane. Short shot, rebound picked up by Salamanca. Cherry blocks the put back out of bounds. Hermiston by 5. 1:05 left in quarter number 3. Espinoza on the left corner. Skips it across right side to Contreras. Contreras three ball, way too hard. Ledesma has it off the bottom of the backboard. Lobs it to Moreno. Moreno keeps it away from the freshman. Salamanca brings it across the timeline. 50 seconds left in the third quarter. Moreno blows past her defender, shows a pass, misses the layup, and underneath, rebounded by Salamanca, flips it up to Espinoza. Espinoza in a foot race with Cherry. Leaves it to a trailing Garza, glass and good. A chance for a three-point play for Mercedes Garza the old-fashioned way. The foul will go on Teagarden, who has a, oh wait, me type of look on her face.
Eisenhower's doing a really good job of getting out and running. Most of their points have come in transition in this third quarter.
Garza's got 13, 7 in the quarter, and has Eisenhower within 2. 33 seconds left in the third. Teagarden circles paint, glass and good.
Good take, Eric.
That was the type of stuff she was doing all night at Sunnyside when she had 28. She's got 8 now. Hermiston's lead back out to 4. Top of the key for Frederick. Crossover, driving right against Cherry, glass and good. Nice take by her.
Yes.
Senior pulled her out onto the perimeter, got a one-on-one, and then just passed her.
Got the switch.
Teagarden right corner, 3 ball short again. Hermiston cannot find the outside range. Their lead is 43-41. And that's the end of quarter number 3. 2-point Bulldog lead on their home opening night here on AM 1360 KOHU when we come back in a minute. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just literally my first time doing it, so I'm just jumping in whenever. Mike Parker.
Fourth quarter, Bulldogs have the possession arrow, attacking right to left. Sophie Rodriguez back in, along with Alexa Moreno, Lucy Teagarden, Aspen Inners, and Emily Ledesma.
Let's see if Hermiston can establish some presence in the paint here, Eric.
Inners has 7, but a lot of it's in transition. Teagarden attack. Inners got the rebound. Put back. And off the top of the ball, Frederick given credit for a jump ball, which will be Eisenhower's. Eisenhower has a chance to tie this game for the first time since 2-2. Sophie Rodriguez just misses a steal. Rail into the right corner. Three-pointer for Salamanca. Way too hard. And the rebound's bounced around, picked up by Frederick. Shot off of the iron. Loose ball in the paint, picked up by Eisenhower. Back on the perimeter for Rail. Nika Rail bounces it inside for Frederick. Frederick lays it in, glass and good.
She's really working, doing a great job moving her feet. She's got good hands for a post.
And she's got this game tied for the first time since the opening minute. Sophie Rodriguez coming right over Espinosa. Shots off. Rebound pings around. Kicks out off of the shoe tops of... Ooh. I thought that was off of Rodriguez's high top. Instead... Oh, he pointed Hermiston's way. Gave it to Eisenhower. That's correct.
Yes.
It rolled off of Sophie's foot. Espinosa brings it in the front court. Lobs it right baseline, and Frederick will move back out onto the perimeter. Up to Espinosa. Espinosa, top of the key. Kicks left. Salamanca tries the three-pointer. That way, nothing but the bottom of the net.
Eisenhower's doing a really good job of drawing a defender and kicking. They're the ones right now who are leading assist points.
46-43. Moreno kicks it into the left corner. Ledesma up top to Rodriguez. Back to Ledesma. The senior circling up top. Hesitates, crosses over, loose in the lane, lost the ball. Salamanca picks it up, flips it to Espinosa for Eisenhower. Espinosa will attack Rodriguez right side. Glass and good over the top of the freshman. Espinosa's got 9. And Eisenhower started the quarter on a 7-0 run. Timeout for Jay Ego and the Bulldogs. 6:20 left in the fourth, down 48-43, a 30-second timeout. Bulldog Basketball on your hometown radio station is brought to you by Delish Bistro. Find the best seasonal options at Delish Bistro, including the ever-famous Ale House Cheese Soup made with chicken stock, aromatic veggies, cream, and sharp cheddar at Delish Bistro. Mitch Thompson sitting in with me, the Hermiston grad and now member of development in the NBA, here on opening night at home for the Hermiston Bulldogs. So, couple years, how many years now for bilingual basketball?
This is our 5th year. 5th year operating here in Eastern Oregon, and we've now expanded to Kansas and Washington State. So Adam Strom, old Hermiston High School coach, is a board member. He leads our First Peoples program, and we are now working in 3 different languages, Spanish and then 2 indigenous languages.
Left corner three-pointer for Izzy Simmons. Back iron off. Hermiston just cannot find a three-point shot.
No, good execution, though, out of the timeout.
Rail up into the right wing, and they will try a 3 there. Contreras. Front iron off. Sophie Rodriguez tied up and fouled inside. 5:58 left in the fourth quarter. For the uninitiated, what is bilingual basketball?
Yeah, so it's we're a nonprofit, and we offer free basketball clinics with a dual language component. We've been operating here in Hermiston, providing free clinics, expanding access to basketball in the community.
Teagarden will circle, and a handoff from Simmons. Off left, off of the glass. Rebound is loose inside, and Inners goes down and ties it up. And Aspen Inners again has to do all the physical work inside for Hermiston. It is a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it. And she's a little undersized doing it. Simmons inbounds to her, gets it back in the right corner. Front iron short, rebounds, pings out, touched last by Ike. Hermiston will keep it on the baseline. So many open three-point looks, and just none of them will go down on their home floor. 5:35 left in the fourth quarter, 48-43. Simmons, the inbounder, threw it off the back of the backboard. Do not see that very often for the senior, but Eisenhower had taken away that roll into the middle of the paint, and she tried to lob it out on top. So a turnover on Hermiston, and really an unforced error as they trail 48-43. 5.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Espinoza running the handles, throws it inside, poke pass, ends up in Rail's hands. Rail blocked by Teagarden. Simmons has it for Hermiston. To Inners. Inners up to Moreno. Moreno against Espinoza. Espinoza is standing out of bounds, touched the ball as she took it away. Defending Moreno well on that foot pass down the floor.
A Kevin Love-esque pass for Inners. Rebound, kick ahead. Tremendous job.
Simmons the inbounder. Lob it, left corner. Rodriguez 3, front iron too hard. And the rebound pulled down by Contreras. Lobs it up with her left hand, Espinoza. Across the lane. Catch and drive out into the corner. Salamanca lobs it back out on top for Frederick. 5 minutes left. 5-point lead. Right side Rail. Head fake and she'll drive past Inners and hit a runner from 12 feet away. Rail, just her first bucket here of the second half. She's got 6. But it makes it a 7-point lead. Teagarden, right corner. She will drive, attack, draw the foul +1. Took it right around the perimeter defender into Natalia Frederick. Frederick draws the foul, and a chance for a 3-point play for Lucy Teagarden.
Great job of running the floor, attacking a closeout, getting into the paint, Eric. That's where Hermiston needs to live in this fourth quarter.
Ends a 9-0 run to start the quarter. It's the first points in quarter 4 for Hermiston. Teagarden's first foul shot of the night. In fact, it's only the 5th for Hermiston. The superlatives include that's just the first foul shot in the second half. And Jay Eagle will take a full timeout. We will as well. Back in a minute here on AM 1360 KOHU. Roy Jones Jr. presents Pro Boxing Thursday. Yakima's own Andrew Murphy is back, seeking his 9th professional win. Tickets on sale at Ticketmaster, or get them at the Legends Casino gift shop. Bulldog Sports brought to you in part by Legends Casino Hotel in Toppenish. A steal by Hermiston. Inners down inside. Simmons, a foul and a bucket, but waved the bucket. The foul by Espinoza, jumping over Simmons and kind of kicking across her back. Not like violently, but grazing.
I think you got to count that bucket, Eric, but on the floor.
3rd on Ike. Hermiston has not committed a foul here in the fourth quarter. 4:30 left, and Sophia Rodriguez stolen by Salamanca. And then Teagarden, a foul on the chase down. That's Hermiston's first foul in the fourth quarter. 4 fouls on Lucy. 4:26 left. They're just going to let her stay. Ramos in the game, bringing it into the front court for Eisenhower, attacking left to right in the all-black uniforms with blue lettering and red numerals. Ramos still on the ball, picked up by Moreno. Down inside, Rail gets past Inners, missed the layup, however. Underneath, picked up by Garza, back across the rail, right block, +1. 2 foul shots coming. Got hit on the arm. Alexa Moreno. Offensive rebounds, giving up second and third chances, giving Eisenhower a chance to add on to their 4-point lead. 50-46, 4:03 left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, great effort by Rail on the offensive glass. You got to match your effort levels.
Rail, the senior, she had 17 points against East Valley, double digits in both the first 2 games. And East Valley, they were down by 15 and came back and had a 17-point fourth quarter. And then they were down by 16 on Friday. Came back to beat Sela by 1 at home in their home opener. Hermiston's home opener, their deficit has turned into 52-46. Foul line left elbow jumper hit by Teagarden. Lucy's got 13 and has Hermiston back to within 4.
Ooh, missed the double dribble. Hermiston pressure causing some problems.
Underneath, the finish by Garza. No call up top. Garza finishes down low, 54-48. And a foul by Rail, late to get over to Rodriguez under the basket, still on the floor. But that's the 4th on Eisenhower, so Hermiston's in the bonus for the final 3:31 of the 4th quarter. They have not been there a lot. 1 foul shot here in the second half, 5 total. Lob it into Inners, catch and shoot in the paint, off to the right, rebounded by Garza. Flips it to Espinoza. Espinoza down the middle of the floor. Kicks it to Salamanca. Salamanca's runner floats it in past Teagarden. Wild shot to see that one go down, 56-48. Other end, Simmons drives, draws a foul on Rail.
Yeah, plenty of time left for Hermiston. They got to stay within themselves, run their stuff.
And it's probably Izzy Simmons' time. Simmons, 7 points. Just 1 bucket here in the second half.
It always helps to see a free throw go through.
25 minutes at Sunnyside on Friday. Ended up 8 of 16 from the field, 2 of 8 from the three-point line. Both of those foul shots go in. She was about 80% from the line last year. Break the press, Salamanca wide open, missed the layup, got her own rebound. No look out to Rail, left baseline, 12-footer knocked down. Rail's got 10, 3rd cadet in double digits, 58-50. Alexa Moreno running the point guard position, brings it into the front court. To Simmons, top of the key. Downhill driving right. Block lays it in +1. Over the top of Ramos and a chance for a 3-point play.
Simmons gets downhill to that right hand, finishes through contact. Great dribble drive by Hermiston.
And the foul shot, 58-53. Pass up court, poked into the air by Teagarden into the hands of Rodriguez. She'll hand off to Simmons. Right back to Sophie Rodriguez into the front court. The freshman gives to Alexa Moreno. Simmons wants it, between the rings will take it. Coming right, gives to Teagarden. Back to Moreno, Hermiston down by 5. 2:23 left in the 4th quarter. Teagarden, right wing, she will drive downhill into the paint, the lefty finish. Lucy's got 15. 58-55, and now a steal in the backcourt by Simmons. Simmons circles, spins back to her left in front of the left elbow, jumper short. Front iron rebound by Rail, flings it up court. A 3-on-none to Salamanca. Teagarden's got 4 fouls, so she can't defend too ferociously. A missed shot, rebound by Inners for Hermiston.
Who else, Eric?
Inners gives to Simmons. 1:50 left. Bulldogs down by 3. Left corner. Rodriguez for the tie. Back iron too hard. Rail with the rebound for Ike and a foul in the backcourt. Inners commits her 4th. Just 2 on Hermiston here in the 4th quarter. And Salamanca will come out for Frederick.
You got 2 to give. Get up and pressure. See if you can cause some havoc here.
But the 2 back deep can't.
No, correct.
Because Inners and Teagarden both have 4.
Far up.
And Teagarden got away with one just now. Got her arm onto the body of Ramos. Ramos threw it away, and Hermiston's got it.
Hermiston
turnover. Lucy with 4 fouls. It got her hand right on the chest. Right in front of the official, too. 90 seconds left, 58-55. Simmons has it top of the key. Back to Teagarden, right wing. Tie there. Front iron, then on the top of the backboard. No whistle on it. Bounces to Espinoza. For Eisenhower, she'll move down the middle of the floor. Dribbled it off of a heel. Tied for it into the backcourt. Kept by Rail, and then a timeout given to Eisenhower with 1:11 left.
What a winning play by Espinoza. Loose ball. She was the first to the floor. Wins the possession for Ike. Big play.
Full timeout for Ray Harris and the Cadets. 58-55. Eisenhower with the lead by 3. They have led for most of the fourth quarter. Well, all of the fourth quarter, most of the third quarter. Hermiston opened the third out of the halftime break on a 10-2 run. And then Eisenhower ripped all of that lead away and ended up down by just 2 to start this quarter. And they started this quarter on a 9-0 run. Hermiston's been playing chase since. How do they get all the way back?
Well, obviously shot quality's got to be important here for Hermiston. Can't panic. You got to guard without fouling, and then really take care of the basketball. Shot quality is important here for Hermiston.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, up at Umatilla, the Vikings hosting the Columbia River Clash. And you've got Umatilla, you've got Stanfield, you've got Nikiawe, you've got Hefner coming in, a bunch of the locals up there in Umatilla. The spotlight on Umatilla Viking sports brought to you by the City of Umatilla and Big River Golf Course. You can still book a tee time at bigrivergolfcourse.org. You just got to wait for a frost delay every once in a while. Ooh, over and back. Espinoza's heel hit the half-court line. She dribbled out off of her shoe into her bench. Caught it just inside a half court and accidentally pivoted back, but nobody was on the line. Hermiston still has it on the turnover by Eisenhower. Minute left, down by 3. Hermiston possession. Teagarten circling left side, threw it across the lane, and Inners committed a foul reaching over the top of Frederick. And Aspen Inners has fouled out. Hermiston's third. Micah Cherry will come in. And notable a year ago, in her sophomore campaign, Inners was the hero ball end of the game shooter twice in a week. Now she'll be on the sideline, and Micah Cherry's going to be in, trying to man inside. Full court pressure by Hermiston. Ike breaks it down under the right baseline. Frederick will drive right around Teagarten and lay in. 41 seconds left. The lead is back out to 5.
Got to go quick here if you're Hermiston. Something to the rim.
Moreno brings it to the front court, hands off to Simmons. Top of the key, 3 ball, back iron it in! Bang for Simmons! 2-point game at a timeout. 29.7 seconds remaining. It's a full pause and a night where Hermiston has not been able to find 3-point shots. Simmons steps back and hits a long distance tray.
If you're Coach Ego here, there's no differential with shot clock, game clock. Do you play it out or do you foul? I think you play it out.
As a team, Eisenhower is 9 of 13 from the line, so they've hit most of their foul shots here tonight. You're hoping that your defense can make a stop, but that has been one of the issues here tonight. 60 points is a far cry from the 48 they held Sunnyside to in a game that had way more possessions than this one. Well, let's use the 3-pointer by Simmons just to remind you that last Friday night at Sunnyside was Toys for Trays. Hermiston's girls made 6, Hermiston's boys made 6. So 12 3-pointers by the varsity teams on opening night. I have purchased 12 toys for Hermiston's Christmas Express. My mom, my stepmom, the radio station, all matches. And then we had more turned in yesterday as well. The tree is getting very full at the station, but I would love to see Toys for Trays this year get over 200 toys to go to Hermiston's Christmas Express. We will collect toys until noon this next Monday. Simmons tips it. Espinoza loses it. Near sideline, Cherry has it. And then picked up by Moreno on a loose ball, scramble drill, and a foul way up top, committed by Ramos. I mean, what discipline by Jay Ego not to use the last time out there in that whole sequence.
That has to be the worst case scenario for Eisenhower. You turn it over, and then you foul 35 feet from the basket.
Moreno did not take a foul shot on opening night, has just 2 points here tonight and misses the first. The junior was 10 of 19 all season last year as a starter. That was just her 20th foul shot in varsity action in the last 2 seasons. 1 of 2 trip. 1-point game, 20 seconds left. Rail has it, finds Frederick. Frederick fouled at half court by Moreno, tipped away. Moreno touched it last into the sideline. I think Moreno was trying to foul. 14 seconds left. Hermiston, it's got to be a steal or a foul, and Simmons comes out and fouls Espinosa.
Yep.
That is Izzy's first. And that is the 5th. So we got Espinosa, who is 3 of 4 from the foul line. All of those coming in the second quarter. Gets a chance. This is honoring your dad. He always would make fun of me when I'd say shooting a pear. Killing some fruit.
Yeah, us Thompson boys have a face for radio.
Espinosa's first rattles out. So this is at worst a 2-point game with 13.6. Hermiston does have a timeout remaining. Both teams are in the bonus. Espinosa to make it by 2. Cannot. Loose rebound. Simmons dives on top of it. And a jump ball is given. The possession arrow is Eisenhower's. Up 60-59. 9.6 seconds remaining. Rail is the inbounder. Baskets to a right on the baseline. Simmons pokes it away, out of bounds. Timeout for Eisenhower. They'll get the grease board out to draw up this inbound play. They could do either way. They'll take a full timeout here. Bulldog Basketball on your hometown radio station is brought to you in part by the Next Chapter Bookstore. Bring the kids into the Next Chapter Bookstore for story time every Saturday at 11 a.m. Enjoy 3 fun stories followed by crafts and treats. Next Chapter Bookstore in the Tulare Plaza, Hermiston. Next Chapter Bookstore provides the read of the game, and it was the read there just a few moments ago by Alexa Moreno to pick up that loose ball, keep the possession for Hermiston, get herself to the line to pull it to within 1, making one of the 2 foul shots. But Hermiston trails by 1, and Eisenhower's got an inbound coming. 60-59.
You got to go for a steal and then foul right away.
Ike is trying to improve to 3-0. A year ago, they were 5-15, and Hermiston beat them on January 9th, 63-37. What a difference a year makes for Ray Harris's team. Nika Rail, the senior, will inbound. Throws it in. Cherry took it, and it's dribbled on the sideline.
Last touch by Hermiston.
Under the basket, Cherry had picked it away. Now on the baseline, right under the basket. Rail, the inbounder still. Bounces it in to Frederick. Frederick fouled from behind by Simmons. 6.3 seconds remaining. Just number 2 on Izzy. Natalia Frederick made both of her foul shots way back at the start of this game. At 16 points, she is the leading scorer in this contest.
She's been solid all night, Eric.
Teagarden and Rodriguez both standing in the corners on the offensive end of the floor, and Frederick misses the first. So here in winning time, the Cadets have made 2 of their 5 foul shots. How about their 6th of this quarter? Too hard as well. Simmons has the rebound. 4 seconds left. Simmons splits a couple of defenders. Fouled in the backcourt. Trying to split through 2 defenders. Simmons is going to the line on a Nika Rail foul with 2 foul shots coming in a 1-point game. A year ago, it was 86% from the foul line. It was 2 years ago, it was about 70%. Number 3 scorer in the Mid-Columbia Conference a year ago with the game on her hands with 2 seconds left. First one to tie it. The senior to give Hermiston the lead by 1. Cannot! Loose ball, rebound, overtime coming here on opening night at Hermiston High School. Simmons missed the second. And this game's got more basketball coming. Eisenhower and Hermiston 60 apiece as we go to overtime when we return here on AM 1360 KOHU. Aspen Inners has fouled out. Hermiston and Eisenhower tied after regulation, 60 apiece. Lucy Teagarden will be in the jump circle against Mercedes Garza. Hermiston attacking right to left. Coming back from at one point they were down by 8 in that fourth quarter. Alexa Moreno gives to Lucy Teagarden. Izzy Simmons goes tumbling after setting a screen. Teagarden's jumper short, picked up by Ramos. Ariana Ramos turned over. Underneath pass, too tall for Teagarden, off her fingertips on a Moreno pass attempt to turn it back over. Espinoza into the front court. Frederick under the basket. Will circle back into the paint. Missed the shot. Poked out of bounds by Simmons. As she goes somersaulting, and then a technical foul is assessed.
I don't like that call.
Technical foul on Natalia Frederick.
Not a good call in overtime.
Izzy will go to take the technical foul shots. Hermiston will have the ball, so overtime's 4 minutes in high school. Tied at 60. They're having a quick conversation about it together. I mean, Simmons, she got pushed from behind.
Certainly a foul.
But I don't know that it's any more than a common foul.
Yeah, not a technical foul.
Frederick, her third. It's bonus no matter what, because you don't reset the fouls from the fourth quarter in overtime. Each team should get an extra timeout. Simmons, good on that one. Has one more. Foul shooting both ways to finish the game. And now our pause is head coach Ray Harris has made it back towards mid-court to finish arguing his point. Simmons made them both there.
Rightfully so on behalf of Coach Harris.
62-60, 3:36 left. Hermiston with the possession, attacking right to left. Alexa Moreno running the point, kicks it out to the right wing for Teagarden. Teagarden circling, has the ball picked, gets it back. Hands off to Simmons. Simmons blows past Garza and lays it in with a right hand. Simmons has 19. And the ball knocked out of bounds on the near sideline, thrown out. Hermiston will have it. Nobody touched it. 64-60. Nicole Salamanca will come in for Malik Contreras.
Big possession here for Hermiston.
This jump shot on the inbound, picked up underneath for Eisenhower by Salamanca, the freshman. Throws it middle of the floor for Frederick. Frederick slowed up there, coming to her right, hands off to Salamanca. Skip it way down into the left corner. Ramos there, circles around Teagarden, and bumped in the paint by Cherry. Micah Cherry picks up foul number 2 for her. Officials saying it's on the ground, but it doesn't matter. Both teams are in the bonus. Ariana Ramos. Now the conversation persists. The more rookie of the officials saying no, it resets, and being reminded no. We carry those fouls over into the overtime. Ramos good on the first. For the senior guard, it is her first points of the night, makes both. And Hermiston's lead is back down to 2. Under 3 minutes remaining in overtime number 1. Simmons takes a handoff from Moreno, coming left. Simmons, step back, hesitating, probing, hands off to Teagarden, circling into the paint with the left hand, long on the shot. Rebound, pings around underneath the tie-up. As Cherry gets on the ball with Garza, and the jump ball possession is Eisenhower's.
Ike's really struggled with talking their switches on those dribble drives.
Hermiston pressing, looking to trap. Espinoza into the front court, steal by Simmons on the far sideline. All by herself, the other end for the lay-in. Swipe and score, 66-62. Up court to Garza. Garza to Frederick in the paint, a blocking foul on Cherry. And that is number 3 on Micah Cherry. Aspen Inners has fouled out of this game. And with J.C. Moreno, the freshman, injured on Friday night, Hermiston is down to just Emily Ledesma, who we've seen a little bit tonight, and Alize Casados, who we have not seen tonight. The 2 seniors. Frederick misses what is now a 3rd miss in a row from the foul line for her. Hits the second. 66-63, 3-point Hermiston lead, 2:20 left in the overtime number 1. Rodriguez coming right, got bumped, baseline bounce to Teagarden, throws it into the paint for Cherry, back out on top for Simmons. Try a contested 3, hard into the right, into the hands of Ramos off the iron. Ramos into the front court for Eisenhower, stops, got a double dribble, and then a foul called. Got away with the double dribble. She got it on her hip and then ran into Moreno, who's called for the block.
Yeah, that was the second time Eisenhower has gotten away with the double dribble.
Personal foul number 3, Alexa Moreno, her 3rd personal foul. At the line number 5,
Ariana Ramos at the foul line and is good now 3 in a row here in this overtime. 2:03 left in the first overtime, and the lead is cut down to 1. Moreno bringing it up against Espinoza. The 2 number 3s on the floor. Left wing, Simmons tries a triple there, nothing but the bottom of the net. Izzy Simmons heating up. 69-65, 1:45 left in the overtime. Espinoza underneath the Frederick, off her hands, out of bounds.
The game certainly isn't too big for Izzy. Staying cool, calm, and collected, really calming things down for the Hermiston team.
And her game winner as a freshman in the playoffs to get a trip to the Tacoma Dome sealed for this Hermiston team. It's never been too big. Teagarden rifles it inside and then brought to the floor, a foul. Sophie Rodriguez is going to the line to shoot a pair on Nicole Salamanca's 3rd foul.
Good off-ball movement by Hermiston. They've done a great job of putting rim pressure with their back cuts, finding the cutters in the paint.
First time for this tonight. Rodriguez was 2 of 9 from the foul line at Sunnyside. 15 points all in the first half. And the first one is good.
Couple big free throws for the freshman.
90 seconds remaining in the overtime. 2 for 2 trip, 17 points. And the lead is 71-65. Espinoza into the front court, pocket pick. Teagarden's got it all by herself. Scoop shot lay-in. 73-65 as Hermiston created enough separation with 1:17 left in the OT. Garza will come around, Cherry blocking foul. Mike has got to learn that's the one where you can't olay it, because foul number 4 with just 2 people on the bench.
Micah Cherry, that was her 4th personal foul.
Yeah, in this situation, you're up 8. Guard without fouling. Win the boards, win the game.
5 for 5 here in the overtime for Ariana Ramos. All her points here in this OT. Rodriguez is down in the left corner with Espinoza guarding her. Frederick rebounds the miss, turns it around, rebound for Simmons off of the iron. Simmons flings it overhead as she goes tumbling. Teagarden has it. Simmons is still down behind the play. A minute left. Simmons back into the play, has it at the jump circle, near side Moreno. Moreno circling to her right, at the top of the key, goes right corner, baseline for Teagarden, pull up, 6-footer floated in. Teagarden gets to 19, 75-66 Hermiston. Espinoza into the right corner. Espinoza back out to Frederick, 3-pointer for the post, too hard and off iron. Garza rebound, Ramos to her right, +1, chance for another 3-point play.
She was fouled on the play.
And once again, great back cuts by Hermiston. Somewhere Pete Carrill is smiling.
Personal foul.
Let's look down there. Is Jay Ego smiling?
Not
Not yet.
Not quite yet.
32.9. You just have the one day of practice after the opener on Friday night, so just yesterday. And now you get a couple of days to regroup before Pasco and Chiawana this weekend. Foul shot good. Ramos has 8 all in this OT. Ball knocked out of bounds off of Moreno. Ike ball down 75-69.
Those are the unforced errors you can't have when closing in a basketball game.
Espinoza, the inbounder. Into Garza. Garza underneath. Espinoza off her hands into the hands of Simmons. Simmons with 25 seconds left. Dribbles into the front court. Poked out of her hands by Salamanca. Izzy chases it back down and lobs it out top. Moreno has it there. Moreno coming left. Hands off to Rodriguez. Now Simmons has it back in her hands. That's who they want to shoot foul shots if they're getting fouled. 9 seconds left. Ike's not fouling.
Not going to foul.
Down 75-69. Simmons will dribble out the clock, and Hermiston survives their home opener 75-69, an overtime win for the Bulldogs against the Cadets. In a million years, I don't think you would have drawn it up this way, but Hermiston finds a way to get the win here in their home opener. 2-0 now for the Bulldog girls. Can the Bulldog boys do the same? We got some post-game tailgate thoughts brought to you by Pierre Ford when we come back here on AM 1360 KOHU.
They didn't foul.
I don't know.
Better for us.
Weird game.
Very weird game. How was Ike boys?
They're supposed to be pretty good. They got a couple of kids. That guy's supposed to be good.
That's what I know any
That
kids.
guy's supposed to be good.
Oh, Lazat. His brother or one his relative.
Coach.
His dad's Nikhil Lazat?
I think so.
What? Dude, Nikhil is like 2 years older than me. How old is this kid?
I don't know. Maybe
He's
it's
a freshman.
brother.
He's a freshman. No, I bet it's just
You could have a freshman.
35.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a freshman.
Turn the radio on.
Yeah. Eric's a master.
I'm okay.
I just jump in whenever.
What you said. Good job.
Yeah. I agree to there, Eric. They should have made that shot.
When I played, what we did.
Yeah. Let me tell you about my JV basketball coach, Roger Berger.
Work that in next week. Are you doing both games?
Yeah.
It is a little strange to see Juan's daughter playing.
Who? Juan?
Yeah.
No, I'm looking. I was just told Eric. I said, Nikhil Lazat's the coach. Okay, I know Nikhil. His son's a freshman. I'm like, Nikhil's my age. What have I been doing my entire life? You're a freshman.
That's awesome. Yeah. It doesn't get better.
It does not get better.
So what are you up to now?
Well, I just got done coaching the women's national team for Mexico, which was really fun.
An overtime win for the Hermiston girls, 75-69 against Eisenhower here at home. And in the OT and really in the fourth quarter and overtime, Izzy Simmons took things over. She had 17 of her 24 points in the final period and a half. Lucy Teagarden also had a very big second half after just 4 first half points. Teagarden had 15 herself. Sophie Rodriguez had the big first half, 15 of her 17 points in the first half. She hit 3 3-point shots. Hermiston only hit 5 total. Simmons hit the other 2, a huge one at the end of regulation, and then one in the overtime to pick up the victory. Eric Olson and Mitch Thompson with you here on your hometown radio station, AM 1360 KOHU. And Simmons with that fantastic finish to bring Hermiston back, the Delish Bistro player of the game. If you were to pinpoint, is there a thing that made the difference here tonight?
Well, I really do think that Izzy rose to the occasion. You know, she's been in big games before. She controlled the tempo, took the right shots, got her teammates involved, really settled things down for Hermiston, not only in the fourth quarter, but in overtime.
And the Bulldogs get the 75-69 win. Now, can Brian Edwards and the boys improve to 2-0? A very good Eisenhower team is here for the second night of the regular season in the second year of Brian Edwards' tenure. We will hear from the head coach when we return here. The Tailgate Show is presented by Pierre Ford.
You want a Coke or something?
I'm ready.
All right, I'm gonna run there real quick.
Yeah, there's like 10 minutes.
Okay.
watching at home.
No way.
Like text him, and he's like, they think Peyton's your son.
No way.
Yeah, he remembered of you.
He did?
Yeah.
His dad texted you?
Huh?
His dad texted you?
No, he texted you.
Ah, okay. Oh, Vern Carlson in the house tonight. This is Vern's 40th year officiating.
What's that?
This is Vern Carlson's 40th year
Really?
officiating. 40. He looks great.
So, I haven't.
Okay. Come on, do it.
I talked about Graham because he graduated. It's, you know, the missing guys and stuff.
They can still be here.
Huh?
They can still be here, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I cover the guys who play.
Right.
No.
That's insane.
I know.
Insane.
I know.
Eisenhower's had some great teams over the years.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Doghouse this Tuesday evening for exciting varsity boys basketball action in non-league play. This is the second game of a doubleheader and features the varsity boys in action. In earlier action tonight, Hermiston varsity girls were victorious by a score of 75-69 in overtime.
Back in the doghouse, Eric Olson and Mitch Thompson with you tonight on AM 1360 KOHU. We welcome as well joining us online Go Hermiston.com and Mixler.com/1360-KOHU, the web stream, powered by Blue Mountain Networks. Elevate your online connectivity with lightning fast speeds and unlimited data usage with unparalleled reliability and performance with Blue Mountain Networks. A tip of the cap to those of you joining us on the Hermiston School District YouTube channel, HTV, as Hermiston and Eisenhower get ready for tonight's tip-off of the Hermiston home opener. Bulldogs are 1-0. Eisenhower's Mikhail Lazat and his team has off to a hot start. And it's kind of a jump of a level here as they get a win at Sunnyside, 59-54. Turnovers the issue. Protect the ball a little bit better, and still continued growth in the offense. You think about these guys are all new at this level, trying to put those pieces together. Offense takes a little while to get figured out. Yeah, absolutely, Eric. And we were at practice yesterday. I know that Coach Edwards was really focusing on execution and taking care of the ball. They run a lot of 5-out stuff that has a lot of intricate cutting and ball movement. This takes time. Let's look for some growth here for the young Hermiston squad in being able to reverse the basketball, attack closeouts, and execute for 4 quarters. The Cadets in the starting lineup, 6'1" senior guard Terry Jewels, along with the 5'7" senior guard Jeremiah Elmore, 6' junior guard Lucas Stevens, the 6'2" junior forward Michael Cerna, and the 6'2" junior forward Charles Davis. For Lazat in his 3rd year in charge of the program, assisted by Michael Lacosto, Taylor Elmo, James Lee, and the trainers at Eisenhower, Josh Holliday and Joel Buffum. The superintendent, Dr. Trevor Green. Principal at Eisenhower is Eric Diner. Paul Stevens, the athletic director. The school, 2,300 or so strong. 1,700 or so here at Hermiston. And the Bulldogs, no changes to night 1 in their starting lineup. It's the sophomore Lane Simmons and the 4 seniors. 6'2" wing Simmons, he had 16 points to lead the way on Friday night. He'll be joined in the starting lineup by the 5'10" senior Blake Polzinski, the 6'1" senior Kellen Young, the 6'4" senior Carter Cleveland, and the 6'3" senior Braden Breland. A chance to talk to Breland, got a chance to talk with Cleveland yesterday after their practice, and both touched on how much cohesion this team has. They have grown together and they're really supportive of each other, and sometimes just positive thoughts can go a long ways for a team. Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited to watch Breland and Cleveland play tonight. Those are 2 guys they've been buddies, they've been teammates for a long time. I think Carter even played a little JV, sophomore ball, and now he's getting a chance to start for Hermiston. It's good to see. Those 2 are the only 2 with points in last year's game against Eisenhower that are here. And Eisenhower at their place, they did all they could. And like many teams a year ago, there wasn't a whole lot you could do. Grant Olson had 27 points. Right. The all-time leading scorer here at Hermiston High School, passing Todd Spike last year. It was whispered to me recently that Jay Ego's total might be somewhere in that very elevated air as well. And I'm pretty darn sure that Izzy Simmons is going to blow past all of them in the middle of this season. Yeah, I'm sure the news source for Jay Ego was someone from the Ego family. You were correct. All jokes aside, Hermiston has a big hole to fill with Grant Olson, obviously graduating and moving on to the next level. They're not going to get the production from one of these guys. They got to get them by committee, and that's really what Coach Edwards' offense is built around. So great opportunity 1 through 5 for the guys tonight. Lights are down, and the introductions right now as John Lauk is putting the Hermiston starting 5 out on the floor. Breland, I've been giving him a hard time for like a week and a half about the hair. Wind bleached blonde. I like it. I like it too. He doesn't realize it because it distinguishes you. I like it when you wear different colored shoes than everybody else. If you're going to wear some special tape on your arm, anything that can be an identifier for me. Breland, he said, look, we were supposed to do it all as a group, and then some of the people didn't actually come out. And so then Carter tried to get him to just do the tips.
Yeah, the highlights.
And so highlights for Carter. Breland's like, I'm going all the way. And I said, is it staying? He's like, I don't know.
The 90s are back.
Carter Cleveland in the jump circle with Charles Davis, and Eisenhower's got the tip, attacking right to left. All black uniforms, red numerals and lettering. And Hermiston defending man-to-man in the home white. Double off of the screen at the top of the key, circling right, Stevens. Stevens, jumper the foul line, swished it.
Tough shot. Right-hand drive, step back, pull up.
And the opening possession for Hermiston. Cleveland onto the perimeter for Kellen Young. Swing it around. Polzinski whips it up to Simmons. Simmons gives it off. And up top, Breland catches top of the key. Shovels it right to Simmons on the left wing. 10 on the shot clock. Underneath the Cleveland. Too hard on the layup. Open shot rebounded by Elmore for Eisenhower. Elmore will get it out to Stevens, and Lucas Stevens into the front court. Pull up, three, top of the key, back iron and in.
He is feeling it already.
A minute in, 5-zip, all of it Lucas Stevens. Second possession for Hermiston. First one was patient. Right side for Cleveland. They got a good look. Cleveland couldn't finish at the rim. Cleveland drives and kicks. Polzinski stuck in the left corner. Back to Cleveland. Up top to Young. Kellen Young put it on the floor. He'll cross over, work into the paint. Pull up, fading 6-footer, glass and good. Kellen Young gives Hermiston on the board. They trail 5-2. Not quite 90 seconds into this thing. And Stevens, who's got all five, brings it into the front court. Bounce pass. Right elbow extended for Charles Davis. The junior out on the perimeter. Spins to the top of the key. Kicks it to his right for Elmore. Elmore around a pick. Elmore going baseline. Blocked from behind by Young. Into the hands of Cleveland for Hermiston. Carter Cleveland up court, middle of the floor for Polzinski. Catches, steps to his right, and lays it in. Bulldogs within one. 6:07 on the clock in quarter number one. And a brief pause.
Got a shot clock issue. Reset it. Both teams running good stuff. Nikhil Azat is doing a good job. Running good offense, some pro elbow type stuff, running some zoom stuff. You can tell both guys are students of the game.
Brian Edwards in his second year here at Hermiston. They had so many close games that turned into losses a year ago when Hermiston was 9-12, including that one-game playoff with Southridge to get into the district tournament that Southridge came back and won. And now one very good bright spot to start the season is they win that close game, and they're the ones who are able to come back and get the W at Sunnyside on Friday. Cleveland trying to draw a charge inside, rebound, put back, Cerna lays it in for Ike. 7-4, 5:45 left in the first quarter. Breland working right, will drive it all the way under the hoop. Kicks it back on the perimeter. Simmons shuffles it off to Polzinski. Up top to Cleveland. Open look, 4-3, back iron it in. Cleveland's got his first points of the night. He had 13 on Friday at Sunnyside, and the game's tied at 7. Double team comes, and a foul.
Yeah, Hermiston really aggressive in ball screen coverage, up the floor, blitzing it, doubling it, sending two to the ball. Eisenhower has to get off that thing quickly.
Polzinski with the foul, first foul of the game. 5:21 on the clock, tied at 7. Inbound to the jump circle for Jewels. Jewels, Terry, left side, and another bucket for Stevens.
Again, if you're going to be up the floor hedging, you really have to contain, especially as a good player like Stevens.
Breland bringing it into the front court. He'll come around to pick from Cleveland. Pocket pick by Elmore. Elmore in a foot race with Polzinski. Elmore lays it up over the top of Polzinski, rolls out into the hands of Cleveland, and a foul in the backcourt on Jewels Terry. That's the first on Eisenhower.
Two contrasting styles of defense here. Eisenhower switching 1 through 5. Hermiston's hedging up the floor. Let's see if teams can adjust.
Breland will bring it into the front court and leave it middle of the floor. Cleveland wasn't expecting it, keeps it though. Polzinski, top of the key for Simmons. The sophomore with 4 seniors out there. Dribbled off his foot, out of bounds, far side. Touched out, they say, by Terry.
Could have swore that was Ike's ball.
So could Joel's Terry. Sure looked like it kicked off for the red high tops or orange high tops for Simmons. And a travel inside. Cleveland trying to work his way to the hoop to turn it back over. 9-7 Eisenhower, 4:33, quarter number 1. And it's been the Lucas Stevens show as he brings it across the timeline, shuffles it off to Terry. On the right wing, around a high pick, circling up top, got bumped by Breland. Throws it top of the key. Davis down onto the right baseline, gets it back, top of the key, way off to the left with the three-point shot. Palczynski picks up the loose ball into the front court for Hermiston to Simmons on the left side. Simmons will attack left side, draw the block, and earn 2 foul shots. As Jeremiah Elmore, the senior guard for the Cadets, commits the harm.
Again, in those situations, just going vertical, going 2 hands up, playing defense with your chest, not fouling guys. More times than not, you're going to miss it. We're going to get layups or we're going to go.
Simmons, in that 16-point night on Friday, just 1 trip to the foul line, and he split those foul shots. Hermiston did get scoring all over the place at Sunnyside. One of 2 trip for Simmons, and the Hermiston deficit is 1. Coming up on the halfway point of quarter number 1. Stevens working into the front court. Top of the key give. Coming left, Cerna lost it, got it back. Cerna flips it underhand to Hill. J.D. Hill come into the game now. The junior guard back out to Stevens. Stevens yo-yoing up top. Top of the key to Cerna, gets the handoff right back. Cleveland right now checking the leading score. Foul line, head fake, kick left side, shot clock violation. Good defense by Hermiston.
Yeah, it looked like Ike was really trying to run something maybe they haven't ran before. A little out of rhythm there.
Breland will drive, crossover, attack right side, block from behind.
Good play.
Stevens bounces, Cerna left side, rolled it over the back iron into the hands of Palczynski for Hermiston. The senior guard will bring it into the front court. To Young on the right. Young, he'll cross over, drive and attack past Stevens, and is bumped. Stevens commits the harm. 3rd on Eisenhower. And now Kellen Young at the foul line for a pair.
Good strong take by Young. Left to right cross. Must run in the family.
3:06 left in the first quarter. There are a bundle of must-run in the family ties out there on the floor, and there's one of them right now. Coming into the game, Carter Swanson. He's the 5'11 sophomore guard. He's a dangerous outside presence. 1 of 2 trip and then a foul on the rebound against Cleveland. His first and the second on Hermiston. And there's another one right there. Big brother had 27 last year at Eisenhower. The little brother. 6'2's not that little. I look straight up to the sophomore. Carter Olson, he goes by Rue. He's into the game with it tied at 9. Left side drive and attack. Terry's got the finish for his first points of the night.
And they went right at him, fresh off the bench.
Swanson, pink KT tape up both legs. Has it in the left corner, head fake, and traveling violation called down there in the left corner. Ike ball up 11-9. 2:38 left in quarter number 1.
Good officiating crew tonight, led by veteran Vern Carlson.
Veteran.
40 years for Vern.
40 years. Coming left side, spin, Terry into the lane, and right around Rue lays it in. Joel's Terry's got consecutive buckets. 13-9, 2:15 left in the first quarter. Swanson the other end, off the front iron on the layup attempt. Into Terry's hands. Terry kicks it near side. Hill into the left corner. Stevens has it. Stevens got bumped on the perimeter by Simmons. Simmons the foul. 3rd on Hermiston. And a pause for the Cadets, 30-second pause with Eisenhower's lead 13-9 here at Hermiston High School. Home opener for the Bulldogs, looking to improve to 2-0 here at the start of this season. Brian Edwards has talked about the one thing about the massive graduations, a couple of transfers. It is a very fresh start.
Yep.
All these guys are here really, and with the exception of Breland and Cleveland, for the first time. And so you do have a very blank canvas to work off of.
Absolutely, yeah, and I think as a coach, you see that as an opportunity to really start developing a new culture. We talked about winning habits in the last game, and I think this is an opportunity really to start fresh for Hermiston and develop an identity that's been missing throughout these years. I think Coach Edwards is the guy to do it.
Carlson, the official, coming over to Hermiston's bench, let them know that was the first horn. 40 years.
40 years.
He's been one of the best in this area for the 2 decades almost that I've been here.
He's one of the best. I really enjoy. Whenever I had Vernon on a game in Erie, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to sit down and let Vern ref.
You get to work with him a little bit too. You wore the stripes for a while.
I have, yeah.
1:55 left in the first quarter, 13-9. Drive right side and the take to Cerna. Scoop shot lay-in, he's got 4.
Lack of physicality on the defensive end for Hermiston. They really got to do a better job of stopping dribble drives.
Simmons going to dribble drive himself, throw it over everything into the hands of Hill. J.D. Hill, the junior, gets it up, middle of the floor, Terry. Downhill run into the paint, left side, fading away, missed. Rebound Cerna on the putback, a foul. And Cerna to the line for a pair of foul shots. How important was the time where you were officiating to your development as a coach and a basketball mind?
Yeah, I think everyone should officiate, and when you start coaching at the higher levels, one of your jobs is to officiate practice. And you don't want to go out there and look like you don't know what you're doing. Last season in King's training camp, having to officiate Sabonis and Fox and Malik Monk, you really appreciate how good these guys are. And as a coach, it helps you just relax and focus on the game. They're pretty dang good.
Cerna goes 1 of 2. Rebound by Kyan Webb, the sophomore, making his varsity home debut. Left corner, rattled in 3 by Olsen.
Hermiston needs more of that. Got to get down the floor, get that thing to the corner, let it fly.
Cuts the lead down to 4 with 1:10 left in the first quarter. Up top of the key for Hill. Hill facing against Young. Handoff to Cerna. Cerna against Breland. Spin, step through to the right. Too hard off of the glass. Breland with the defense. Picked up by Webb. Throws it up court. Chased down by Young. He'll keep it in a Hermiston possession. Back into Breland. Hesitate in lane. Blocked away underneath by Terry, who's got the ball now. Ike's got Stevens back down behind the play. No, it was Cerna back down behind the play. And a pause. The officiating crew will stop it to check.
No, it's the right thing to do.
On Michael Cerna. He seems to be fine. He says he's fine.
But a good show of sportsmanship by Webb. Back helping him up.
16-12, 46 and 6/10 of a second remaining in the first quarter. Backcourt for Lucas Stevens, who scored the first 7 points for Eisenhower. Steal by Webb, and he tipped it back, and then a foul. Lucas Stevens. No, Cerna called for it.
Kind of a mystery whistle there. The official across the court called it.
4 fouls each way, so both would be in the bonus. Just 37 seconds left in the quarter. Carter Swanson moves it into the front court. Around a high pick from Breland. Swanson coming left. Backdoor pass for Young. Young underneath to Breland. Breland steps into the paint to his left. And a pause underneath. Walk called on Breland.
Yeah, Breland's just got to go up. He's pivoting too much. He's hesitating. He has the advantage. He's got to maintain it with a quick finish.
4-point Eisenhower lead. Shot clock off. 22 seconds left in quarter number 1. Stevens jogging it up against Kyan Webb.
Stevens really has that ball on a string, man. He can really handle it.
High pick, Breland and Webb try to double team Stevens. Stevens fouled by Webb right in front of the Hermiston bench. And Brian Edwards protesting.
He's not going to win that argument with old Vern Carlson.
Fifth on Hermiston, Kyan's first, so Stevens, couple of foul shots coming for him. Swish on the first. This Eisenhower team, they get into their league play on Friday night. What a weekend. Host AC Davis, go to Moses Lake. Big Nine, top 2 played a title game. 3 through 6 play a mini bracket to see who gets to play the loser of that title game. 2 teams into the state playoffs at a buzzer at the end of the first quarter. Hermiston doesn't really get a shot up. They trail 18-12 after 1 quarter here at Hermiston High School. When we return on AM 1360 KOHU.
Not enough athletes on the floor for Hermiston.
Young.
They want a shout out.
How's your Java Dog coffee?
It's very good. Roger Berger and crew doing tremendous job brewing coffee. Java Dog.
Here at all the home games, it's a home opener for Hermiston. They trail Eisenhower 18-12. The girls needed overtime, but improved to 2-0 with a 75-69 win in the first half of our doubleheader here tonight. Eric Olson and Mitch Thompson with you on KOHU. And Hermiston has Nate Henderson, the sophomore, into the game, along with Lane Simmons, James Young, Blake Palzinski, and Kyan Webb. Just Palzinski and 4 sophomores to start the second quarter. Onto the basket, Henderson bounce back out. Webb will size up a 3-pointer, way too hard. Rebound tipped by Henderson. Palzinski inside, pass to Webb. He missed right at the hoop, and it's pinged up into the air, secured by the Cadets. And a over and back violation on the Cadets to give it right back. Boy, Palzinski with his right hand over his shoulder, and it's another play. I've just seen a couple of them where you're like, oh yeah, he hasn't played in a couple of years.
Right.
However, he is an elite lacrosse player. And that kind of vision in traffic for a midi like Palzinski.
Similar angles, similar passing.
That vision piece
Absolutely.
doesn't go away.
Absolutely.
And the ability to rip it like that across the traffic. Hermiston should be at 18-14. Instead, they're down by 6. 7:22 left in the second quarter. Near side for Palzinski, holds it on his hip, put on the floor, 1 bounce, kicks into the right corner for Young. James Young back out on top, they'll swing it around perimeter left. Lane Simmons picks up that dribble, top of the key for James Young. James Young at the right elbow, middle of the floor to Simmons out on the left side. 2 on the shot clock. Henderson won't get a shot up, and a shot clock violation on Hermiston in the opening minute of the second quarter. Each team have defended for a full 30 seconds now. Simmons steals the pass in the backcourt, gives to Palzinski, left block around and out. Simmons rebound, put back, that's off as well, and then a foul inside on the rebound, and Juelz Terry stays down. He might have got poked in the eye away from the foul, which is against Simmons.
Yeah, missing some real easy looks at the rim. Got to go up and finish those if you're Hermiston.
It's Lane's second. And the Bulldogs pressing in the full court. It was a spirited in between quarters talk from second-year head coach Brian Edwards. At full throat. And then you can see wanted to make a point, and all the youth at once in there. Kellen Young comes in for Simmons. 6:45 of the clock in quarter number 2. 18-12, Hermiston trailing. Stevens with 9 points to lead all scorers, brings it to the front court, gives to Elmore. Elmore drives left side and off the iron into the hands of James Young. For Hermiston, up court to Paulzinski. Paulzinski catches it right, leaves it across. The Webb lays it in. Little alley-oop, touch pass into the hoop. And the lead is down to 4 for Eisenhower. First points here in quarter number 2, almost 2 minutes into the period.
Yeah, great pass by Paulzinski. Down running, finding his teammate.
Paulzinski hounding Terry at the top of the key. Those two going head-to-head. Terry coming right. Terry runs over the top of Henderson, and a foul is called on Paulzinski.
Probably the right call. I like the effort, though. Got to show your hands, move your feet.
And it was just before Henderson got trucked in the middle of the paint.
Paulzinski kind of reminds me of Pat Spencer, another lacrosse player, plays the Golden State Warriors. A couple lacrosse players in the NBA, Cam and Pat Spencer.
Vision, speed,
exactly.
Physicality. Cerna is back in for Eisenhower. Airball three-point shot by Stevens and then poked by Cerna on the back of the backboard. Give the ball to Hermiston. 5:56 left. Bulldogs down by 4. And Paulzinski will come out being replaced by Braden Breland.
Good minutes by Paulzinski. Really worked hard defensively.
Think about that assist to Webb. In transition, he hasn't played basketball for a couple of years. In the front court, violation on Breland. Got it caught on his hip, so a double dribble. But to finish that point, Paulzinski is aware, and the coaches have talked to him, he's not expected to do a lot on the offensive side. Timeout for Hermiston. Oh, no, excuse me, 30-second timeout on the cadet side. Paulzinski's job is to be the defensive stopper, and Brian Edwards talked about it in our pregame coverage here tonight. And when the situation is comfortable, when it's a good situation to take a shot, that transition in a 2-on-1, leave it up. Let Webb try, and it worked out.
He's right to play. He's, as they say, he's a great zero. He's not going to make too many mistakes on the defensive end. He's going to really do his job. Every winning team needs a guy like that.
And a week and a half ago, when they played in the Jamboree up at Grandview, he was coming off of the bench. And Brian told me yesterday, he's like, I realized I don't want a defensive stopper coming off of the bench.
Right.
I want an offensive guy coming off of the bench to give us that kind of spark. I want a defensive stopper to wear down their best guy.
Absolutely.
Block out of bounds by Kellen Young on the baseline. Kalunga, the freshman in there.
Nate Henderson's also done a great job for Hermiston, using his length, defending pick and roll as well. Some good minutes from the sophomore.
Yeah, we saw him come into his own as a top defensive back for Hermiston during the football season, and doing some receiving with
good
Cerna.
pass.
Finish on the left side. Nice look. Cerna's got 7, 20-14, the lead for Eisenhower. Young throws it inside to James Young. Back out to Webb on the perimeter. Skip pass across the lane, stolen by Cerna. Cerna down the middle of the floor for Eisenhower. Slows up top of the key. Picks up his dribble. Will wait for Stevens to come get it. No, he dribbles past him. Spins in the lane. Will attack Breland. It traveled. Wanted that one-on-one. Bit off a little bit more than he could chew there.
Yeah, a little over pivot. But Cerna does a good job of really being patient.
Aaron Gonzalez, the junior, replaced by Jacob Gonzalez, the freshman, for Eisenhower. Their lead is 6, 5 minutes left in the first half. Young, top of the key, catch and shoot the three, back iron it in.
I like it, coming off that pin down, confident.
Confident and quick, and now Hermiston's deficit is 3. Into the front court, Stevens brings it.
Yeah, they're being really aggressive in Stevens' ball screens.
Man-to-man defense, Breland guarding Stevens off of the glass and good over the top of Breland. Stevens has 11 to lead all scorers.
Kid can play.
22-17, he's got him out in front with 4:30 left in the second quarter. Breland to James Young, top of the key. Hesitates, now drives right down the middle of the floor, finger roll for James Young.
Eisenhower is really struggling guarding those pin downs. Hermiston needs to go back to it.
First varsity points for James Young, and Hermiston trails by 3. Cerna catches at the foul line, drives right, traveled prior to a potential offensive foul. 4:07 left in the second quarter. Carter Cleveland returns. James Young gets a big high five as he comes off after his first career varsity basket.
How about that? Great minutes for James Young. Good burn there.
Halfway point of the second quarter, Hermiston trailing by 3. Carter Swanson comes back in as well, handling on the right side. Spin move against Hill, takes it to the lane, rounded out on the layup. Rebounded by the freshman Gonzalez for Eisenhower into the front court. Touch pass to Cerna in the right corner. Back on the perimeter. Top of the key, Gonzalez tries a 3. Lefty 3 is off. Rebound, put back, flipped up and missed by Stevens. Rebounded by Cleveland for Hermiston to the near sideline for Kellen Young. Kellen Young slows up on the perimeter, picks up his dribble. Inside to Cleveland, past him. In between a chest pass and a bounce entry pass, and he just skipped it right at his foot.
There's a reason that post-entry passes have disappeared in the NBA. It's a low percentage play.
3:33 left in the second. 22-19 is the score. Far sideline drive. Davis push back out onto the perimeter. Give to Hill across. Gonzalez inside, and offensive foul. Cerna runs over the top of Breland.
Yeah, those are winning plays. You got to string possessions like that together for 4 quarters. Great job by Breland taking that one in the chest.
Cerna out, and Juelz Terry will replace him with 3:18 left in the second. And that's the type of play that will get celebrated and isolated when they get into film study tomorrow. Brian Edwards loves a charge. Flip up and in by Young on the baseline.
Good play. They kind of load him to sleep, faking the stagger, quick back door.
3 minutes left in the first half. Hermiston trailing now by 1. Under the basket, spin around in the paint by Stevens and a finish.
What a play. Euro step to the reverse.
From under the basket.
Yeah, impressive.
Far sideline, Swanson up top to Breland. Breland catch and drive. Cut off well, good defense by Terry. Young tries another 3. This one's a little hard. Rebound falls into Stevens' hands. For Ike into the front court, he brings it. Their lead is 3. 2:28 left in the second quarter. Up top for Davis, shuffles it off to the right side for Hill. Hill yo-yoing against Swanson, push back towards half court. Double team comes, leave it for Davis. Davis, extra pass, Gonzalez. Gonzalez inside, runs over the top, and a indication, 2 hands out in front, a flopping violation against Hermiston. This is a new emphasis this year.
Yeah, it's the correct call. Oh, no. Flopping on Ike.
So I guess maybe it was the head bob, because that was one of the things, although a lot of that's perimeter work. They're tired of the guards head bobbing.
No, I'm not sure he knows what's going on. Vern Carlson's going to come sort this out for him. Yeah, if that's a flop on Ike, that's I'm confused. Hermiston will take it.
There's a lot of confused right now, and one person confident in the call.
He has no idea what's going on.
A timeout is going to be assessed with 2:14 left in the second. It's 24-21. I think maybe the agreement is that it was a flop on Hermiston.
It should be. There you go. There you go. He called it.
And so it was going to be against Hermiston. That is the violation, which is a warning the first time.
Right.
But the mistake was, wait, whose ball is it? You can't have a violation after a violation, so it's not like Ike turned it over underneath
Point of
after the
interruption.
flop.
Yeah, point of interruption. It should be Ike ball underneath.
And that's what we've got coming as Juelz Terry moves into position to inbound it. 2:14 left in the second. 24-21. Terry would like to go to the other shoulder of Vern Carlson, farther out wide. Not going to happen. Inbound comes into Davis. Davis spins back to his right, high off of the glass, rebounded by Breland off the front iron. For Hermiston, up court to Cleveland. Cleveland catches, drives right side, finger roll off the front iron, poked out off of Davis last. And Hermiston possesses down 3. 2:02 left in the second quarter. That was the first time we had seen that call, the flopping simulation call, that is a point of emphasis this year. I was actually wondering when we would see it and how often. Terry into the paint on the other end for Ike, miss, rebound, put back, and Gonzalez is blocked. Jump ball violation.
Yeah, normally at higher levels, they let the play go on and they warn it as they warn the table. They don't stop the play on a flop warning. I think he messed up the call.
1:50 left in the second, 24-21. Carter Swanson stops at half court for Hermiston. Bulldogs trailing by 3. Tipped pass, Lane Simmons will shepherd it out of bounds on the far sideline. And that's what I was told is supposed to, and I said, so it's like soccer, it's like play on,
it should
play
be play
advantage.
On. Yeah, it should be play on.
Left elbow jumper for Swanson, a little too hard, into the hands of Terry off the bottom of the backboard. 93 seconds remaining in the first half. We're paused at 24-21 on the scoreboard for a little bit. Stevens bounces, right side for Terry. Right elbow extended, moves middle of the floor. Step through to his right, high off the glass, and good.
Good move.
Wanted a block as well.
Yeah, finished through contact, got back to that left shoulder.
Other end of the floor, ball knocked out. Tipped out by Eisenhower. Hermiston will have it. Sideline inbound, front of the Ike bench. Swanson removed for Rue Olson coming back in. Cleveland, Breland, Young, Simmons, and Olson. Simmons will inbound right in front of the Eisenhower bench.
Simmons with 2 fouls. Got to play smart here.
Minute 13 left in the second quarter. Hermiston's deficit is 5. Olson up top, dribbled out of his hands, saved in, kept by Gonzalez. Up court to Stevens, right side, blocked from behind and a foul. Kellen Young commits his first, and Lucas Stevens gets 2 foul shots.
Yeah, the ball pressure by Eisenhower really is bothering the young guards for Hermiston, turning defense to offense. Stevens getting out running.
This was one of the realization growing pains that Hermiston has acknowledged. Look, a lot of these guys are sophomores.
Right.
There is still a growth spurt coming. There is still
just a physicality of the game, right?
Yeah. 2 for 2 trip. Stevens got 15, a minute left, 28-21 in favor of Eisenhower. Simmons has it outright. Up top to Young. Kellen Young, top of the key. He'll hoist a 3. Back iron too hard. Simmons skies for the rebound. Has a double team around him. Bounce it back on the perimeter. Hit on the arm. Just the second on Eisenhower here in quarter number 2.
I think the next maturation for high school basketball, that foul, let's go side out. Too many plays underneath. And this is a preference of mine. It brings the game back in front, you know what I'm saying?
30-second timeout there for Hermiston. So, yeah, he gets fouled right at the free throw line.
Yeah, at the free throw line. Top of the arc, free throw line area.
Yeah.
In the NBA, bring that thing out front. It's better basketball when you're inbounding towards half court versus everything underneath.
At some point, there are only so many baseline inbounds, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you look at a FIBA game, an NBA game, you might get 1 or 2 baseline unders. In a American high school game, you have 20 of them. Too many.
So you do spend quite a bit of time internationally.
Yeah.
What is different about international basketball at this age, whether it's high school or whatever?
Yeah, well, obviously the three-point line is further back. They play FIBA regulation rules, 24-second shot clock. I think that's better for the game. Obviously, we're just getting our shot clock here in Oregon, but those are steps in the right direction.
44.6 seconds left in the first half. Hermiston trailing 28-21 out of their timeout. Inbound play to Cleveland, missed the layup. Cleveland got it back, handed in by Breland. Cleveland gets another one, tipped back to Cleveland. Cleveland underneath and hit on the arm. If at first you don't succeed, try again, and Carter Cleveland gets another baseline inbound for Hermiston on that foul underneath. Stevens his second. Olsen, the inbounder, to a cutting Simmons. Glassing good on the right side. First field goal of the game for Simmons. Bulldogs deficit is 28-23. Final 25 seconds here in quarter number 2. Simmons has a steal in the front court. Takes it by himself the other end to the left side and lays it in.
There we go. A little rhythm.
28-25. Hermiston's all the way back to within 3. Eisenhower, a chance to hold for last shot. 6 seconds left. Terry up top, poked out of his hands at half court. Tight ropes, bounces it to Davis. Davis will turn and hoist, and it's short to bring us to halftime. A well-defended final possession for Hermiston to get the Bulldogs into the locker room with a little flurry by Simmons, down 28-25. Home opening night here at Hermiston High School, and it is time for the halftime show presented by Devon Oil Circle K when we return to Hermiston High School on AM 1360 KOHU.
A little bit better.
No, it's good. It's fun.
Mike Parker wants me to put you in touch. He said, what are you doing for a living? What's he doing for a living now? Have him, feel free to have him reach out to me if he would like. There you go. He's got to retire eventually.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your halftime entertainment, we have the Hermiston High School cheerleaders. They'll be performing their traditional routine.
Micah. Is that VU meter on the right our meter? The VU meter on the right. Yeah. So is that mic on? No. I just don't know where I'm getting audio. Are you getting extra feed? I guess it's right there. I hear all this.
Halftime here at Hermiston High School. Halftime is presented by Devon Oil Circle K. It is nice to treat yourself after having to fill up your gas tank. It's extra nice when it's just 99 cents. Stop by Devon Oil Circle K to get your favorite fountain drink for just 99 cents, any size. Bulldog Basketball on AM 1360 KOHU. We welcome you as well online at gohermiston.com and mixler.com/1360-KOHU. 28-25, Hermiston trailing by 3 at the half. Mitch Thompson with me here, Eric Olson on your hometown radio station for the home opener tonight as the Bulldogs go into the locker room. What do you want to see in the second half? What is, if anything, the missing ingredient for Hermiston to take a lead here?
Yeah, a lot of good basketball from Hermiston in the first half. I think focusing in on the defensive end, doing a little bit better job of guarding one-on-one, keeping the ball out of the paint. You know, they're doing a pretty good job of executing on the offensive end. I would like to see Hermiston to show some physicality, win the glass, win the game.
Couple of mini runs for Eisenhower. They pull out by a little bit. They can't create real separation. Pull out by a little bit, can't create real separation. If you're in the other locker room, where is Ike missing their finishing move?
Yeah, I think what they found some success in the first quarter, but just spreading Hermiston out and really driving it, finding some success of paint touching and finishing or spraying it. If I were Eisenhower, I would keep it simple keep it simple, spread Hermiston out, make them guard in space.
Lucas Stevens with 15 points to lead all scores. Kellen Young hit a couple of big shots. He's got 8 to lead Hermiston at the half, 28-25. After earlier tonight, Hermiston's girls won in overtime, 75-69. They're 2-0. Hermiston's boys are trying to get to 2-0 before Pasco comes here on Friday night to open up the Mid-Columbia Conference schedule. Down on the floor, you're seeing this on HTV, the Hermiston School District's YouTube channel right now. The Hermiston cheerleaders. This is their other routine that qualified for state this past Saturday, a second place finish in 2 different disciplines at the competition they were at. And so they are state championship bound in the WIAA to compete. We're still a couple of months away from the multiple-time defending state champion Hermiston dance team trying to get themselves into state and again try to put up a couple more banners off to our right here in the rafters.
State champs.
Multiple discipline state champions for the last couple of years.
How about that?
All them banners right there to our right. The Washington side, our side of the gym, above the benches. It's a dance championship domination in the 3A in a couple of different areas for Hermiston. MCC is where it's at because Hermiston and Pasco, they just lift trophies left and right.
Got it.
In these last couple of years. All right, halftime. It's Devitt Oil Circle K's halftime show here on KOHU. We'll get you some full first half stats when we come back as the Eisenhower Cadets come back out. A short conversation in their halftime break. Our next break right here on AM 1360 KOHU. (28-25) Eisenhower. Lucas Stevens has been carrying the offensive load. Michael Serta has added 7 more. Jewels Terry with 6. Stevens has 15. For the Cadets, 1 3-point shot made, and they are 5 of 6 from the foul line. Hermiston, the scoring's coming from a bunch of different places. Kellen Young with 8, 5 points from Lane Simmons. A little flurry at the end for Lane. Carter Cleveland and Carter Olson, or Rue, have each hit a 3-point shot. And Kyan Webb, Blake Palzinski, and James Young all with 2s. So you're getting production all over the place. Does this team, and this is tough because you haven't watched them, you know, for years, but like Grant Olson has been the dude for 3+ years. Does this team, does any team have to have a #1 score?
No, I don't think so. And you know, and there's a lot of teams that have #1 scorers that don't win a lot of games. And the way this offense is predicated, you got ball movement. That the ball is moving, it's touching multiple hands. you know, I like this style of play. It's not sticking. I'm impressed so far. Let's see if Hermiston can battle and pull this thing out.
Eric Olson and Mitch Thompson with you here on your hometown radio station, the Hermiston Graduate. In town for the holidays. Was last summer Mexico in the national team?
Yeah, about a month ago, we had the Centro Basket tournament and qualified for the AmeriCup. So been lucky to work some national team stuff for Mexico on the men and women's side. This last time with the women, great experience.
What's it like at a national team level in basketball?
Well, obviously, you know, the United States is lucky. We can just kind of come together for a few windows and win games. You know, other programs have to have more touches, more camps throughout the year, and obviously Mexico, we got a tough go. We got to get through Canada, got to get through Brazil, got to get through the United States, got to get through Puerto Rico. But you know, we're on the rise. We battled Puerto Rico pretty dang good. They're an Olympic level team. So overall, just a great experience. The game's a little bit different. More off-ball movement, more cutting, a little bit more thinking. So it's been a good process for me.
Cadets ball attacking left to right. Their road uniforms are all black with red numerals and lettering, trimmed in white. Hermiston's the all-white uniforms. Hermiston across the chest in purple. 28-25. Eisenhower's lead. And Lucas Stevens takes the inbound to Jeremiah Elmore in the near sideline. Joels Terry on the floor along with Charles Davis and Michael Cerna, the starting five, back out there for the Cadets with that three-point lead. Elmore coming left, stops at the left elbow, shovels back out to Cerna at the foul line. His jumper off iron right, tipped by Polzinski into the hands of Lane Simmons. Blake Polzinski, Lane Simmons, Kellen Young, Carter Cleveland, and Braden Breland. Starting lineup brought to you by Rogers Toyota. Breland top of the key, Hermiston trailing by 3. Picks up his dribble, back onto the perimeter for Young. Around the perimeter, Polzinski coming right, kicks corner for Breland. Breland, jump stop in the lane, finds space, missed the layup, and it's pinged into the hands of Cerna. Flings it up court. One bounce to Terry. Terry on the left block, stuck there. Nice defense by Young. Lobs it back on the perimeter for Charles Davis. Across to Cerna, foul line head fake, got Cleveland in the air, kicks to Elmore right side. Back up top to Terry. Charles Davis, short on the shot, rebounded by Cleveland. Minute gone, 28-25 still. Cleveland a full head of steam left side, and before he got to the shot, a foul from behind by Davis.
Yeah, Coach Lazat didn't like those last two possessions for Ike. You can't have two possessions in a row where your best player doesn't touch the basketball.
Kellen Young, the inbounder, with the basket to his left. Throws it in, right baseline, 8-footer, too hard for Cleveland. For Eisenhower. Joels Terry will bring it into the front court, the senior guard. Kicks it over to Davis up top, and there's a touch and a shot for Stevens, nothing but the bottom of the net.
If I'm Eisenhower, you gotta get Stevens the basketball multiple times each possession.
He had 2 field goals in the first minute of this game, and now he's at 18 points to lead all scorers. 31-25, 6:20 left. Simmons an answer 3, back iron off. Rebounded by Stevens. Stevens down the middle of the floor. Will kick, left baseline, open jumper for Cerna, around and into the hands of Simmons. For Hermiston, he shovels it off to Polzinski and then gets it back. Bulldogs trailing by 6. Baseline take by Young to the hoop, right hand finish on the left side.
Good fundamental take by Young. Little head and shoulders, left hand drive.
31-27, 5:50 left in quarter number 3. Cerna comes into the front court, shovels right side. And an offensive foul on Jeremiah Elmore.
I just guessed that Elmore is probably a good defensive back. He moves like one.
We haven't played Eisenhower in a couple of years, so I can't confirm nor deny for you. But it seems right.
Yeah, he just blitzed that offensive foul there.
Simmons holding for Hermiston, up top to Polzinski. Over in front of the Hermiston student section. It's a safety night, I believe. Simmons saves it into Elmore's hands for Eisenhower. Hands off to Stevens, right side. Stevens will go to work against Polzinski. He walked. Couldn't hold the right foot as he pivoted around at the right block. turn it back over.
Yeah, good job by Pelzinski. Working his pickup point, being physical without fouling.
Still 31-27 in favor of Eisenhower. 5:15 left, quarter number 3. Kellen Young up top. He's the leading scorer for Hermiston with 10. Right side for Cleveland. Quiet night for Carter, who's just got a bucket. And ball knocked out of bounds. Touch last by Ike. Baseline inbound coming for Hermiston.
Yeah, I really like this little shuffle offense that Hermiston has. A lot of rim pressure in the cuts, a lot of continuity. It fits this lineup very well.
Rue Olson will replace Carter Cleveland. And Brian Edwards coming over to have a conversation with the senior. Rue has it off his hands and a turnover just coming into the game. Terry has it for Eisenhower. Far sideline out into the left wing. He'll bounce it. Baseline for Cerna against Breland. Trying to get Breland up high enough to spin move. Bounce pass behind his back to Elmore. Elmore out of bounds, far sideline, off of Ike Last. 31-27. Both teams with one bucket here in the opening 3 minutes and 10 seconds of the third quarter. Elmore and Davis out.
Yeah, not great spacing for Eisenhower. They got to do a better job of holding corners.
J.D. Hill, Jeremiah McFadden, the two coming in for the Cadets. Underneath, Pelzinski. Back out on top. Extra pass, left corner. Olson, 3. Front iron into the hands of Terry for Eisenhower. Middle of the floor. He'll bring it. Simmons reaches and pokes it away, but a foul on Lane. That's his third.
Yeah, you can't foul. You can't take those fouls, Eric. In transition, just get around, show your hands.
Well, how much of it is also you have a guy with, like, a double team is there if you just shepherd him into your
not a good play.
Help. But it's the type of, hey, remember, sophomores.
Right.
This is a big jump, especially speed of the game. Ball poked away from Cerna, far sideline. Cerna keeps it for Eisenhower. Double team comes. He somehow dribbles away, walks on the baseline, and they catch it. Boy, he did some fantastic ball handling work there in 3 different Bulldogs and is desperately asking that he got hit on the arm all the way up the floor.
He might have a case. Play on.
Swanson, top of the key for Pelzinski. Over to Young. Kellen Young puts it on the floor and hands off to Olson. Left perimeter. Up top to Swanson. Swanson knocked out of his hands. He keeps it. Swanson pull up. Foul line. Jumper swish. First points of the game for Carter Swanson. And Hermiston is down by 2 with 3:50 left in the third quarter. Stevens into the front court. Hesitate. Runner from 15. Can't get the members bounce. And Olson has it for Hermiston off of the front of the rim. Rue Olson hesitates, drives, kicks left side. Kellen Young 3-ball. Back iron, long rebound. Olson keeps it. He'll take it down the middle of the floor. Foul +1. Chance for a 3-point play the old-fashioned way on the Rue Olson take.
Good job by Rue. He's got a nose for the ball, just like his brother, just like his dad. Always in the mix.
A foul on J.D. Hill. That's his second. It's the third on Eisenhower, but Hermiston has a chance to take their very first lead of this game. There it is. Bulldogs have run out to a 32-31 lead. 3:30 left in the third quarter. McFadden, one of his first offensive touch, brings it in front court, picks up his dribble. Skip pass, long arcing pass into the corner for Stevens. 3-pointer plus. A foul. The shot goes. The foul was underneath on the rebound. So they will count the basket and then call a foul on Hill. No. Okay, it was not Hill, it was Swanson.
Yeah, Swanson pushed him from behind as the bucket went.
That makes more sense. Second on Carter. Second on Hermiston, who will inbound now, defend on the baseline. Inbound in to Terry. Right corner, Terry has it. Working back out on top. Kellen Young right on his hip. And a 5-second closely guarded violation as Young was right there with him.
They still have that rule. They got to get rid of that rule.
They got it.
They
called it right now.
They just called it. 5 seconds closely guarded.
Why don't you like that one?
I don't like it.
3:10 left in the third quarter, 34-32. Sideline inbound. Braden Breland will put it in play. And Carter Swanson will bring it into the front court for Hermiston. It was a short-lived lead for the Bulldogs. They could tie here with a bucket. Young into the lane. Slip, slid, and a foul.
Foul first.
Holding foul on McFadden. Technical foul on Eisenhower. They pointed initially at Stevens, but I don't think it's going to be Stevens who gets the technical. We'll see. McFadden definitely the foul.
Cerna. He's been asking for one.
So Cerna gets the technical. That means he's got 3 personals. Young misses the first at the foul line. 11 of 18, a little bit light for Hermiston's liking from the foul line on Friday night. They have done very little of that here tonight. Second one does go for Young. In fact, assistant coach Tyson Stanley yesterday wearing a ball cap at practice, or after practice, coming out of film. You've got to make your free throws.
In the words of Bill Schonley.
Yeah.
You got to make your free throws.
I said, I love the hat.
Yeah, you can't wear a hat at basketball practice.
It was after.
Okay.
Flip over to Hill with a steal. J.D. Hill into the front court. Leaves for Stevens, trailing 3-ball, front iron off. Poked down off of McFadden last. And he slams the back wall. Got to be careful. This wall has taken a few fingers over the last decade and a half here. I was talking to Dan Emery. He's been the trainer here for 24 years. And he's always talking about, why does this wall have to be so close?
It is
I
close.
said, I know. If it was 6 feet further back, we probably don't lose 2 guys in the last 10 years.
Yeah, it's close.
Because you're really going to go the extra 6 feet to punch the wall in practice and break your hand?
No, you're not.
34-33, 2:33 left in the third. Swanson with a take, hangs into the air, short on the shot. Rebound, Breland's got it in traffic. And a jump ball assessed. Hermiston has the possession arrow. Breland, Simmons, Swanson. Kyan Webb is out there right now along with Rue Olson. It is a young group. 4 sophomores and Breland the senior. Into Simmons. Simmons in the paint. Fading away. Fouled on Aaron Gonzalez.
Yeah, it's the right call. Good job by Simmons. Collecting himself, going strong, up through contact.
Simmons, it has been a quieter night for him to this point. 2 foul shots coming. He has 5, now 6. But those 2 field goals were key to finish that second quarter with a little bit of a flurry.
Right. The best teams finish quarters. Let's see, 2:24 left.
Hangs on the front iron and gets the members bounce. Simmons 2 for 2, and Hermiston's back in front. On Friday night, it was Simmons with 4 tenths, making about a 3/4 court basket to send Hermiston into the locker room. Down, but down by less at Sunnyside. In that comeback win, McFadden right baseline, turnaround, fade away, floated in from the baseline right.
That was Dirk Nowitzki-esque.
Timeout for Eisenhower with 2:04 left in the third. When he turned essentially opposite way, in my head I started going, okay, well this is coming off. Where's the rebound going? Really nice touch on that.
No, look
there
good.
for McFadden.
Look good.
It's a 36-35 lead on the McFadden bucket for Eisenhower. Their timeout here in the closing minutes of the third quarter. Eric Olson and Mitch Thompson with you tonight on AM 1360 KOHU. let's take some stock here. Eisenhower is left with 2 timeouts. Brian Edwards and Hermiston, they have 4 of their 5 remaining. Ike's got the possession arrow right now with 2:04 left in the third. Hermiston is in the bonus for the remainder of this third quarter.
Little 3-2 zone for Ike. Trying to disrupt rhythm.
Swanson hounded up top by Stevens. Skip pass near side. Webb touch pass back out to Swanson. Simmons left wing. He'll try 3 there. Back iron into Breland's hands. Rebound put back. And Breland's got his first bucket of the night.
He's been quiet, but that's how you impact the game on the glass.
37-36. 95 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Right side for Aaron Gonzalez. Up top, Stevens full head of steam fouled by Swanson. Make him earn it, I guess. Swanson, his third. To the point of the rebounding, that was a huge question. And it hasn't been a huge question recently. It's been a question for years for Hermiston. It has been years since the Bulldogs have put a varsity player on the floor at 6 feet 7 inches tall.
Trevor Phillips.
Trevor Phillips.
Yeah.
And Trevor was a wing. He was not a post. I mean, Cody Humphrey, it's been forever. Glassing good. Terry at the foul line. Thought he got hit as he banks it in to give Eisenhower the lead back. 38-37. 1:10 left in the third.
Eisenhower still in that 3-2 zone. Hermiston needs to offset it. Right now, they're not doing it.
Skip pass right side. Rue Olson will try a 3-pointer in front of the student section. Rebound poked around, poked high up into the air, secured by Gonzalez. Stolen right back away by Breland for Hermiston. 53 seconds left in the third. Bulldogs trailing by 1. They will hold up and set up. Near side for Lane Simmons. Olson up top.
Yeah,
Right side for Webb.
Hermiston needs to go 2-guard front against that 3-2. Right now they're matched up straight across the perimeter.
Henderson whips a bounce pass down on the baseline. Olson forces it up off the bottom of the rim. Tipped out, touched by Breland last. 38-37. Eisenhower possession. 30.8 seconds remaining in quarter number 3. Inbound will come down there on the baseline right near Tom Spoo.
Oh, Mr. Spoo.
Announced his retirement. He will continue on. He's retiring and then will be hired back by the district. But for those of you who read board packets, there are very few of you, you go to that resignation section and there's Tom Spoo. Ball out of bounds near sideline. Good hustle by Rue Olson. He touched it last. It'll stay Eisenhower ball with 14.7 seconds remaining.
This is why I don't like the 5-second closely guarded. Let the point guard just handle it for 24 seconds.
Bounce pass into McFadden. He put his shoulder into Olson, and Olson called for a foul, his first. That's the 4th on Hermiston. They had a foul to give with 13.6 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Ike by 1. Bounce pass with a full head of steam. Stevens comes into the lane, and an offensive foul. Breland drew the charge and induced the call. Stevens, his 3rd foul.
Little bit of acting there, Eric, but went Hermiston's way.
Is it truly the hardest call in basketball? Block charge?
Not if you're good. Not if you're a good ref.
Then what is?
Apparently the 5-second closely guarded.
Young to Olson, right side for Simmons. Back to Young up top. 2 on the clock, tipped out of bounds. There are 7/10 of a second remaining in the third quarter. Hermiston trailing 38-37. On the baseline. There's enough time to catch and shoot. They put the ball on the floor. Swanson has to pick it up. Inbound, lob it into Simmons. Simmons blocked on the put up by Gonzalez to bring us to the end of the third. 38-37. Eisenhower with a 1-point lead as we go to the fourth when we come back on AM 1360 KOHU. action. Bulldogs and the Cadets, home opening night for Hermiston. Eisenhower with the ball in a 38-37 lead. Eric Olson and Mitch Thompson with you tonight on AM 1360 KOHU. Jewels Terry will inbound on the far sideline. Lucas Stevens waiting in the backcourt to get it. Hermiston will press, and Kellen Young will come out and check Stevens. Front court waiting for Ike. Jeremiah McFadden along with Jacob Gonzalez, and J.D. Hill is the fifth on the floor. McFadden, spin move down the right lane over the top of Olson and foul. Olson will commit his second. And to the foul line, Jeremiah McFadden for the first foul shots of the second half for Eisenhower. The Cadets are 5 of 6 from the line. This is a contrast for Hermiston, an opponent to Friday night. Sunnyside went 5 of 14 in the boys game from the foul line. The girls went 0 of 10 for Sunnyside on Friday night.
0 for 10.
It's rough.
Wow.
Sean's wasn't happy.
No, he was not. Rest in peace.
McFadden misses that first. The 5'10 junior swishes the second. He's got 3.
He's been solid off the bench, McFadden.
2-point lead for Ike. Opening minute of quarter number 4. Breland, Lane Simmons, Rue Olson, Carter Cleveland, Kellen Young. Down underneath to Carter Cleveland to finish on the right side. Quick touch pass on a high-low look.
There we go. Execution versus that zone. Well done, fellas.
Olson checking McFadden on the perimeter. Across to Stevens. Stevens has 21 to lead all scores. Operating on the perimeter left. His 2 buckets here in the second half, both outside the 3-point line. 10 on the shot clock. Terry works into the paint. Stuck there, back out. J.D. Hill gives it back to Terry, top of the key. Coming down the left lane. Euro step through and lays it in. Jewels Terry's got 10. Double digits now to extend the lead back out to 2. 6:50 on the clock, fourth quarter. Skip pass right corner in front of the student section. Young will hoist a 3-point shot for Kellen Young. His second triple of the night. 14 total to lead Hermiston. Back in front, 42-41.
Yeah, both teams playing zone. Those diagonal skip passes over top.
Hill's pass tipped at the top of the key. Steal by Simmons. Up to Olson. Olson catches with the right hand, hands it to his left, and lays it in.
Yeah, great finish.
44-41 represents the largest lead of the night for Hermiston. 6:10 left in quarter number 4.
Little matchup zone for Hermiston.
McFadden on the right side. Skip it over to Stevens. Stevens left will drive and probe. Extend in the left corner. Pass back out. Tipped out of bounds far sideline. Deflected by Kellen Young.
Let's see if Ike has enough shooting to beat this zone. They haven't done it well through 3 quarters. Struggling right now to find some rhythm.
Stevens from the outside. Everything else is in and in.
Yeah, I would have played some zone a little earlier, huh?
44-41. Pause before the inbound comes in. Charles Davis got to the scorer's table, apparently just in time. 5:57 left, and now Davis will go over an inbound on the far sideline for Eisenhower. Bounce pass into Terry. Terry splits 2 defenders. Passes tipped out off of Olson's fingertips last. Stays Eisenhower, ball on the baseline. And Michael Cerno will be the inbounder. 7 points tonight, all in the first half. He was assessed a technical in the third quarter. Under the basket for Davis, missed the reverse. Hoop secured, and Cleveland's got it out from under that hoop. Over to the right side, Young in the right corner. Passes up the shot to Breland, up top to Olson. Left side for Simmons. Zone continues for Ike, and a pass inside, tipped and stolen. A little bit of a soft pass from Olson. Now he's got to defend. Right side, got his hand on the ball for Terry. Made him miss. The rebound falls out to Simmons. 5:25 left, and up into the front court. Poked out of Breland's hands. Picked up by Cleveland. Back pass to Breland, and it's waved off. Timeout given to Brian Edwards before the shot. What work by Cleveland to chase it in the corner behind his back bounce. Breland finished, but the whistle first.
Those are tough. Those are tough. Those bang, bang. Timeout, Hermiston.
5:20 left in the fourth. 44-41 Hermiston's lead. And it's a 30-second pause for the Bulldogs. So they will be left with 3 timeouts. Ike's got 2.
There's another difference in the international game. You can't call a timeout in live play. So that would have been completely avoided in FIBA basketball.
Can the players call it in live play?
No. You have to call a timeout to the table on a dead ball.
So just action's action.
Action's action.
Play ball.
Yeah, in between the ball, through the net to the floor, you can call it. But everything else got to be dead.
Kellen Young will inbound. Baskets to his right. Out of this Hermiston timeout. Into the right corner. Breland 3 ball. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
That worked out pretty well for Hermiston.
Breland's second basket of the game. 47-41 their lead now. 5:08 left in the fourth. Lob it up top. Catch. Stevens an answer back 3. Off iron right. Breland's got the board. And then he walked underneath. He was trying to battle body with McFadden and just an extra shuffle.
He's done a good job. He's been a bright spot for Hermiston in terms of physicality and toughness inside.
6-point Hermiston lead. Juelz Terry will drive right baseline and a blocking foul. Breland didn't get there that time. A lay-in plus the basket. And now Juelz Terry for his first foul shot of the night.
But again, Breland in the mix, trying to take a charge. The game honors toughness. He does it again, that call's going to go his way.
Second team on Hermiston here in the fourth quarter. 4:57 left in the fourth. Terry swishes the foul shot. He's got 13. Stevens with 21, Terry with 13. The 2 top scorers. These are the 2 guys yesterday that Brian Edwards is highlighting to the team. 0 and 12. Cleveland's got it on the left perimeter. Top of the key for Young. Catch and shoot. Quick trigger 3, back iron it in. Young's got another triple here in the fourth quarter. 17 points for Kellen Young, a career high. 50-44 Bulldogs.
Looking confident again, coming off that pin down catch and shoot.
Stevens on the right perimeter. He'll try another answer back 3. Front iron into Breland's hands. Breland will bring it himself up the floor. Middle of the floor. Slows up top of the key. Wants a handoff. Gives it to Cleveland. Skip to Kellen Young. Another catch and shoot the 3. That one's off to the left.
Little heat check. Little heat check.
Heat check. Not quite as hot as he thought. Stevens into the front court. Lob it to Terry. Terry, top of the key. Bounces into the right corner for Cerna. Rifled pass inside. Davis back out to Cerna. Cerna holding over the top of his head. To a cutting Terry to the right side and a lay-in.
Yeah, Eisenhower really struggling versus zone. Terry snuck in behind. Good play.
Bulldogs lead is down to 4. 3:38 left in the fourth quarter. Olsen up top to Cleveland. Right side, Young. 1 bounce. He'll try another 3 ball. That one into the hands of Breland on the miss. Breland underneath the basket. Circles all the way into the right corner. Now he'll turn and drive against McFadden to the bucket.
Good move. Little Michael Jordan on the baseline. Left to right, spin back.
52-46. 3:14 left in the fourth quarter. Lucas Stevens kicks it onto the right side for McFadden. McFadden turns and faces against Cleveland. Now picks up his dribble, lobs it up top. Terry will catch and drive around Simmons. Foul line jumper. Back iron too hard. Rebound secured by Cerna. 1 bounce to the hoop. Right hand layup off the back iron into Olsen's hands. Hermiston ball. 2:50 left in the fourth.
Yeah, let's get a long possession here. Wind them up. Shorten this game.
52-46. Young on the left perimeter, inside to Cleveland. Cleveland going to work. Back out on top. Breland chases it down at the jump circle. It was intended for Simmons, who was cutting to the hoop. 4 on the shot clock. Breland will take himself, coming in left side. Glassing good. A chance for a 3-point play. Breland, bucket over the top of Cerna.
Well done. As long as possible at the shot clock. The bucket and the harm.
2:20 2:24 left in the fourth quarter. And I wonder, what are your thoughts? As I see 2.5, 3, even 2 minutes ago, I'm looking and going, Ike hasn't committed a foul yet. When do you have to start thinking about where do you pick up one or two here or there in case you've got to get into a possession game at the end? Breland misses the foul shot. Cleveland got the offensive board.
Yeah, obviously you're down 8. You know, I would get up full court, try to speed Hermiston up a little bit here.
Kick ball off of Cerna's foot, out of bounds. Hermiston has a baseline inbound. Nice outside of the foot soccer pass by the athletic director, Larry Usher.
Great athleticism by Larry Usher there on the baseline, looking like Maradona.
Brian Edwards will take a timeout. 2:15 left, the end of the fourth quarter. Could we clip that one on HTV for Coach Usher? 54-46. We'll take the break as well. Back in 60 on AM 1360 KOHU. .2:15 left. Regulation basketball and home opening night for Hermiston. Their lead is out to 54-46. Drew Olson will be the inbounder on the baseline. Basket to the left. Lobbed in, tip pass. Got to Cleveland anyways for the Bulldogs. Into Young. Young pull up, flips it over Terry. Terry's got the board as it rims around and out to Lucas Stevens. 21 points. No points here in the fourth. 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The 8-point lead's the largest of the game for Hermiston. Right corner for Cerna. Underneath for Stevens, off his hands into the hands of Young. Lobs it up court to Simmons. Lane Simmons will pull it back out, give it to Young, and Hermiston will slow up. And that is the experience of Simmons, even just as a sophomore, just being aware. And Brian Edwards told me about how he just knew at the end of that game on Friday at Sunnyside, pull it out and control possession. Breland, right corner three, front iron short, 90 seconds left. Bulldogs lead is 54-46. Up to Cerna, spin move at the left block. He'll step through into the lane, round it out, and Breland's got another board.
Yeah, they've gone real cold in this fourth quarter. Needs something easy at the rim.
The Bulldogs senior Breland's got it at the top of the key. He is a basket away from a double-double. Takes it down to the left block, hangs off the front iron. Touch pass back up by Olson. Rebound put back himself. That's out as well. Saved in by Davis. Breland tips it and takes it. Hermiston still got it on the perimeter. Cleveland a three, nothing but the bottom of the net.
That should be the dagger there, Eric. Great multiple effort play by Hermiston, spraying it for three. Good basketball.
57-46, and the Bulldogs 2-0. They got 46 more seconds to go through. Foul on Simmons. Number 4 on him. Number 3 on Hermiston. Cerna's the inbounder. Baskets to his right on the baseline. Bounces it into Stevens. Catches. Young's on him. Back out on the perimeter. Stevens will hoist that three and hit it over the top of Young. Nice three-point shot.
Yeah, big-time shot by Stevens.
57-49, 34 seconds left. Olson, double team, comes far sideline. Bumped in front of the student section. Fouled on the perimeter right. Foul number 2.
To your point, Eric, it's hard to extend this game, and when you can't get to the foul line with fouls here.
You got 2 more to give now.
Yeah, 2 more to give. It's a good, good lesson for Coach Lazat here.
.28 seconds remaining. Simmons fouled in the backcourt on the catch by Davis. There's nobody outside of Michael Cerna in foul trouble for Eisenhower, so it can be everybody but Cerna. Through Swanson's hands, and then Cerna commits the foul. So Cerna has fouled out, and that was number 4.
Just some food for thought. 2 minutes to go in the game. You're down 8. You got to find a way to extend the ball game. Hermiston really just controlled momentum.
And that's where it's small, is they had that break and they got into Simmons' hands and he just put it on his hip.
Yep.
25 seconds remaining. Cerna fouls out and Jeremiah Elmore back in. Into Simmons in the front court and a foul on Stevens. That's number 4 on him, and that's the 5th.
First foul is number 12, Lucas Stevens, his 4th personal foul.
22.8 seconds. Simmons has made 3 of 4 tonight from the foul line. 16 points on opening night. 8 points with 1 more pending here on home opening night.
Eric, we might be seeing this young team grow up a little bit tonight.
2 for 2 trip. 10-point lead. And Jewels Terry will bring it into the front court. Ike's got a league opener against Davis as Terry hits the floater in the lane. Friday night, Hermiston has Pasco. Friday night here in the doghouse. A battle of the Bulldogs into the front court. Simmons spins and pulls it back out. 59-51. Hermiston picks up win number 2. A 2-0 start for Brian Edwards and the Bulldogs with a come-from-behind win here against Eisenhower's Cadets.
No, just a tremendous job by Hermiston. Winning the 4th quarter, making tough winning plays. Coach Edwards got to be happy.
Bulldogs have 2. We'll come back and finish it up here tonight. Postgame is brought to you by Pierre Ford on your hometown radio station, AM 1360 KOHU.